Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to the Done Creative Live. Finally, I'm back. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to check on in. Well, maybe not minutes, but seconds. I don't know what's going on with the whole lighting situation. The sun is out. Um, I would normally sit over here, but let's just show you. We've got quite a situation. I moved a bunch of decks off these very cluttered shelves, uh, all into the closet over there, and I've got a bunch of decks stacked over there from previous live streams and pick a card readings and everything. So I guess we're gonna do with the light belt today, with the little light belt that's creating on me. Hello, Ethan. Welcome. But yeah, and we're kind of still on pause with our little what do you call it? What were we doing? What was I calling that? Just the chakra intentions with the candles and clearing the chakras. We're taking a bit of a pause on that tonight once again because the new moon is tomorrow, and it's not just any old new moon. This is a really powerful new moon, and there's a lot going on in the astrology, and I kind of wanted to check in on that, energetically speaking, for all of us that are here. I'm kind of curious to see what this is going to bring for us. And hello, Ethan. Yeah, it has been a while, and I've been doing pretty good. We had some health issues with my dog. He's doing a lot better, but he's still kind of in decline as far as his health because he is almost 15. He'll be 15 at the end of the year. And we took him to the vet, and they did an ultrasound on like his back area, like his stomach and everything. But they did find too that he's got these two tumors on either side of his spinal cord that are taking turns just putting pressure on his spinal cord. So there were a few days there where he was just falling over, like he couldn't, like his back legs just weren't working, and we're like, what's going on? So that's what that was. That was a nice little vet bill, and then yeah, he's improved quite a bit since the day we had to take him to the vet, and he's on a special diet. We're cooking a lot of his food again, which we did that for like 5.5 years. And then, life got busy and we got lazy, and we just, not to say people that feed their dogs, dog food are lazy, but like for us, it was a lazy way because we were doing their food, like cooking their food from scratch every day for like 5.5 years. So we're kind of back to that to actually get him to eat. And we call him Piggy Wolf because he never misses a meal, but he just wasn't feeling the dry food anymore. So we started buying him a couple canned food, and then he gets sick of that. So we're like, we're just going to go back to making his food. So that's what we've been doing. And I recently became a sea monkey parent for the second, maybe third or fourth time in my life. I had some as a kid. I bought them actually for my kids, but I think I'm having more fun with the sea monkeys than they are. Just watching them get bigger every day, and some days you check in and there's a lot more of them than there was the day before. It's kind of fun. So I don't know if you guys know what sea monkeys are, if you've ever heard of it, but it's something that's been around since like the 50s or 60s. Kind of a novelty toy for kids, but I think I'm having more fun with them as an adult than I ever did as a kid. And they're already, we started the little sea monkey colony on July 10th, so they're 17 days old now, and I think they're the biggest I ever got them when I was a kid. So I feel like I'm doing something good. Yeah, exactly. They hunt for their food. Yeah, we're doing a lot of meat and that kind of stuff. So yeah, he's enjoying that. Yeah, back into serving food your way to give your dog. I think it's better that way than giving canned dog food or general store bought food. Yeah, and we were even doing like all the grain free this and that, like expensive dry dog food. But the vet actually told us that some dogs and are like have issues if you take the grain out of their food, and I had no idea. I don't know, you just never know what to believe with one vet says this, one vet says that. It's just like, what else has been going on? I did actually film 2 pick a cards that are going to be up this week instead of just the regular one that I've kind of had to cut back to since summer started. So you'll have another one tomorrow morning. I just need to make the thumbnail and get it all ready for tomorrow morning. And I cannot remember. I think oh, that's right. Wish fulfillment, pick a card. So like wish coming true, the recognition, the rewards that you've been waiting for. And that's just all going to come through. It was such a powerful reading. I'm excited for that. Yeah, they do. And same with doctors and like almost any field, like the nutrition field, doctors, vets, uh, pretty much any field these days. Like there's such contradictory information out there. It's like how and where, what do I know what to believe? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, so I missed you guys a lot. I actually wanted and meant to go live last Wednesday, and at like 7 o'clock p.m. Wednesday night, I'm like, it's Wednesday. Oh no. Like summer. I tell you, I'm in a time warp with my kids home and they've been doing tennis camp. And I swear we're gonna get into the new moon reading. I'm just waiting for a couple people to come on in, check on in. But yeah, the kids have been doing tennis camp and having fun with that. So that's where I've been spending most of my mornings, just sitting out under the tree barefoot and just grounding myself. It's been kind of good. Doing a little bit of work from there on, just the things I can do, like my writing and stuff from the park. It's been kind of fun. Yeah, turn to medicinal herbs. Yeah. And even then it's like, well, it's such a vast array of herbs and information. Like sometimes people have a hard time knowing even where to start with that. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about this new moon. This is happening in the Western sign of Leo and the Vedic sign of Cancer, and it's in the nakshatra of Pusha nakshatra. And this is a nakshatra all about nourishment and mother's love and milk, just all the nourishing things. And there's a lot of amazing astrology and kind of shaking up of astrology going on, and this new moon is actually happening tomorrow, July 28th. I don't quote me, I might be wrong. I think it's around 10 or 11 a.m. mountain time tomorrow. New moon vibes. Yes. Oh, Camp Nano. Yes, I will get back into this, but I want to say Camp Nano I'm still ahead of my schedule. And if I work 2 consistent days, I think I'm like 2 hours and some odd minutes away from hitting my goal. And I've been about 2 hours and some odd minutes from hitting my goal since last week. I just haven't had time to dive back in, but I feel pretty confident I'm going to round it out and win Nano for my 30 hours, which is pretty much an hour a day. But so far, I've taken like 17 days off of writing, and I've just been those couple of days, like, I don't know, 13 days or so, 12 days that I did write, I wrote for like more than an hour pretty much. So I really made up for time there. But yeah. But anyway, yes, this is happening in the Cancer in Vedic astrology and Leo for Western astrology, this new moon. And like the other astrology going on, we also have Jupiter going retrograde tomorrow. It's in the sign of Vedic Pisces, and Aries for Western astrology. So it's going to start traveling backwards. And for Western astrology lovers out there, it's going to be going back into the sign of Pisces during this retrograde. It'll go back direct sometime in November. I'm not exactly sure of the date. I probably should check that out. What else? Also, yes, Uranus and Mars and the North Node, aka Rahu, are all conjunct in the sign of Vedic Aries and Western Taurus. There we go. Yes. So yeah, a lot of explosive events and violence and literal earthquakes, and maybe explosives, like as far as like someone just exploding on someone, like yelling at them, or violence and rage, like in the collective speaking. There's going to probably be some violent acts, maybe terrorist acts. As far as Mother Earth goes, maybe some fires, maybe definitely some earthquakes, lots of earthquakes. Flooding is not really associated with Mars. It's more of a fiery and violent energy and even earthquake energy. But Uranus is like an earthquake energy too. But Jupiter a lot of times will deal with floods, which we have been having a lot of floods kind of in the Midwest, like Missouri area. I've seen, I don't watch the news, but just a friend of mine that lives there was actually posting videos of the flood going down her road. So that's my knowledge of what's going on as far as like nature and stuff. There's a lot of extreme heat as well with that Mars and Rahu, or North Node, and Uranus conjunction, which we've been having a heat wave here in the US. For most of the US, I think, is in this heat wave. Here in Missoula, which we don't tend to get too crazy, but We have a couple 100-degree days coming up on Saturday and Sunday. I am not looking forward to that. It's currently 95 degrees here, which is pretty high for here. Not unheard of, but that's a warm temp for where I'm from. So yeah, a lot of this type of stuff is going on as far as the astrology. So also with that Uranus energy conjunct the North Node, and yes, the heat. I loathe it. Right. I appreciate it when I can, but I prefer more like 70-degree days. That's kind of my vibe. But yeah, what I was saying about Uranus, and I can't remember. I lost train of thought, went away, went bye-bye. Well, let's go ahead and tune in collectively for all of us. Let's see. Let me check the poll here. And we already did have 2 donations, but both of them are going to be holdovers because they donated and they're not here currently because they're on the other side of the planet. So they're going to be last. So whoever donates next, we're going to start with you after our little collective reading here. If you choose to donate, you get to go first today. I'm going to end the poll. We've got 14 votes. We have 71% clocking in at yes. And the other percentage, which I just lost, there it is, 28% say no. They're not really setting any intentions. Wow. I'm definitely setting intentions. This is a very powerful time to manifest. And you can even look where, if this is for Leo in Western astrology for you, you can look where your Leo placement is. If this is in Cancer for Vedic astrology, you're following Vedic astrology, look where your Cancer is in your chart. And also where Jupiter is going retrograde, that is going to be the sign of Vedic Pisces and Western Aries. You can look at these 2 places. And the North Node and Mars and Uranus conjunction is taking place in the sign of Vedic Aries. Check that out for Vedic people. And Western Taurus. Check that out. Wherever those houses are in your chart, whatever places those planets aspect in your chart, there's going to be a lot of things going on in your life in these regards. And if you are a follower of Vedic astrology and you are in, say, your Jupiter Mahadasha, your let's see, Moon Mahadasha, quite possibly, because we've got this really powerful new moon coming in. Also Mars, and Uranus doesn't have a Mahadasha because it's ruled by Saturn on, the real old Vedic ancient system. Let's see, and North Node. So if you're in Rahu Mahadasha, that's also a very potent time for you, this new moon. All right, how to set intentions. Yeah, you can write things down. You can do it mentally. You can light a candle and pray. You could just literally think about it. I mean, all of these ways. If you set an intention, you're basically directing where the energy goes. Because a lot of times, we'll just have life happen and then we'll react to it. But if you set an intention, like setting an intention for me, like just as an example, I would set an intention. I'm going to write a book. That's my intention I set. Well, I don't just set that intention and then walk away and expect that book to write itself. Then I take action in the direction. So it's to manifest what you want. It's a combination of setting an intention, taking action, and of course putting that good energy out into the universe and asking the universe to bring that energy in. It's all relative, but you can look up intention setting. You can look up new moon manifestation, intention setting, any of this stuff. There's probably a lot of meditations or exercises, journal prompts, things like that out there that you could look at to get the ball rolling on that for yourself. But let's tune into the energies. Hello, Lynn. I will definitely mark you down. Awesome. For a 1-card read. Perfect. Hi, Mom. Oh my gosh, right? I haven't gone live for quite a while. I think this is the first time since early, maybe it was the 13th. I think it might have been the 13th of July. It was the last Wednesday I was live. Yeah. All right. Absolutely, Marlene. Okay, let's see. All of us watching now and quite possibly on the replay, what can we expect this new moon to bring us or to clear? Because this is about clearing obstacles too, is one thing I'm hearing. With that nourishment of the Pusha Nakshatra where this is taking place, where this is occurring, we're nourishing our own dreams, our own goals, our desires, our intentions, right? We have to be that nourishment for our own future, for our own life. We have to be that parent taking care of us. So let's see what we need to know. There's one already coming out face down. I have no idea what it is, but we're going to find out very soon. There's 2. I think I'm going to get one more. They're both face down, and it's really just like, I want to know. Okay, so the first one that did come out was, ooh, the Six of Cups. There's that motherly, nurturing childhood energy. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I will add you to the list, my dear. Wow, you guys, this is so powerful. So cups are associated with, water signs, a sign of Cancer. A lot of emotions might even be coming up from the past. Well, good things are coming emotionally speaking, and like this sense of fulfillment and like nourishment, self-love, self-care are major themes with the cards we got here with the 10 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. Nostalgia, checking back in. Maybe you're even reaching out to a childhood friend or someone like neighbor from the past, or they're reaching out to you. But then we also have the Strength card, which those of you that follow more Western astrology, this is the Leo new moon. So this makes perfect sense for that. But even pairing that up with this combination here, it's a very Leo and Cancer energy mixed together. And even in, I think it is in going toward Leo. I think it's the sun is already in Leo, obviously, for Western astrology, but it will very soon-ish be in Leo for Vedic astrology. We're about 23, 24 degrees behind, but if you actually look up in the sky, of course, you can't see any stars around where the sun is, but if you can see like where the moon is in the sky, when it's near Aldebaran, which is the eye of the bull of Taurus, you could clearly see up in the night sky, the moon is in the constellation of Taurus, but in Western astrology, they say that's Gemini. Which it never made sense to me. I always wanted to follow the fixed stars, like, follow that system that's actually pointing to where, when I look up in the sky, is that Jupiter going to be in the constellation or the astrological sign it says it is. And that's why I really love Vedic astrology. Wow. Yeah. I mean, both modes, well, all modes of astrology are very valid and amazing. And I think we can gain a lot from really looking into all of them. It's not just a one size fits all. But hello, Amber. Welcome. It's so good to meet with you today during your reading. We had so much fun. But yeah, this is really calling in our higher selves. I think a lot of us are really shifting our priorities and our like just intentions. Like that word just keeps coming up, but just what we want to focus on is shifting for many of us. Maybe before we were really gung-ho on one thing, and now we're kind of like, I don't know, I'm going to pull back on that a little bit, and I'm going to really focus on this one thing over here that's really exciting to me. Whatever that looks like for you, you're pulling back your energy from the things that just don't light you up and excite you anymore, and you're kind of directing that energy into something that's really going to manifest some really amazing emotional fulfillment for yourself. And for some of you, that even looks like just taking some time off. I needed that like couple of weeks that I took off inadvertently. I didn't mean to take that much time off, but I mean, I was still doing pick a cards kind of here and there, about one a week. But man, I think I really needed that time off. And now my left ear is ringing. I'm glad that you're here as well, Jamie. And we have some other, Mardell has donated for a reading as well. So we're gonna get the list going here very shortly, but I'm gonna pull a couple of these Moonology manifestation cards and just see if there's any other, abundance coming our way or advice from spirit, blocks being lifted, anything we need to know about. So we have the first quarter moon in Aries is step into your power, and like, what? Look at all that fire energy with the Aries and Leo coming in here as well. And we have all that fiery energy with that North Node and Uranus and Mars conjunction that's going on out pretty much as we speak and tomorrow. And, it's kind of a few days before, a few days after is that like exact alignment. Well, usually it's just one day, but like you can really feel the effects of it for at least probably a couple weeks. But there's a lot of fiery energy where we're stepping into our power. Maybe we're even utilizing these emotions that are coming up from the past to determine, I don't want to feel like that anymore. I'm going to heal it, feel it, deal with it, release it. And I'm moving in this direction. We're keeping on. We're moving on. We're keeping on. Keeping on, keeping on. All right, let's get one or two more, just whatever decides to come out. New moon, what can we expect? Okay, looks like we're getting 3. Woo. And then we have here the first quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity. And, a lot of times when we are in fear or, need that little boost of courage, you can always call on your higher self to bring in that courage or just that bravery you need to take those next steps in life, whether that looks like you needing to break up with someone or move on from something, or, get the courage to go take that class or whatever it is. But yeah, push through your insecurity by stepping into your power, which is very powerful, very, very emperor energy we've got going on here. And then we have here with the new moon in Pisces attuned to the divine. And with Jupiter going retrograde, this really does, get us more introverted. It's very hermit energy when Jupiter goes retrograde because we're going to tune into our inner authority rather than those external gurus. We're going to that internal guru of our higher self and our guides to really tune into what is next on my path. What direction am I going? What direction should I be going? Woulda, shoulda, couldas, right? But then we have the new moon in Libra with know you are loved. So first and foremost, by your higher self. Your higher self has massive unconditional love for you, obviously, but just knowing you're loved, even by those people in your life that may not always show it, there is a bunch of love coming your way, and maybe you're just feeling more loving toward those in your life as well. So that is our collective reading. And we've already got a couple people on the list, but they are going to be kind of holdovers until the very end because they're not present at current because they are on the other side of the world and are probably sleeping right now. But I will timestamp their readings, put these all away, and I will update our list here, and we're going to dive right in. All right. So I'm going to take a quick drink of water. And I'm going to go back to our list here. So Lynn was, I think, the first one. Lynn has a 1 card. Oops, 1 card or shorter reading because I can never stick to 1 card. And then we have Michelle Lynn and then Mardell. Okay, this is our current list. All right. Okay, so Lynn wants to know, will my current romantic relationship grow, flourish, and evolve? Okay, I'm going to grab this deck. Move. It's like a little obstacle course I've created over here. I got a couple of decks that are kind of precarious, so I'm going to take a second. Okay, that one, and then this deck. All right. I dropped a couple cards. I knew that was bound to happen. I will pick those up later. I just threw the rest of the deck on the floor. Okay, so we're going to ask Lynn's question. Oh, we did the collective reading at the very, very beginning, Sun Goddess. We just finished that, so you can just kind of scroll back if you want and watch all of that. The collective reading, yeah, you can apply whatever question you had to that collective reading we just did. It's going to be there as right now. You can scrub back just a little bit, or when this does post to my channel after we're done being live, that'll be there for you. All right, for Lynn, let's tune into Lynn's energy with her current romantic relationship. Will this grow, flourish, and evolve? Oh, thank you so much. You are beautiful too. All right, for Lynn and her current relationship. Okay, we have no need to worry here. So yeah, I would say if nothing is like a red flag to you, there's really no need to, I guess, borrow trouble by thinking, oh, what if this falls apart? Or what if? I would say there's no need to worry that things are going to evolve naturally. Things are going to be, no relationship's perfect, but I really do see you being able to grow and flourish. There's no need to worry. And we have here free yourself. So it's time to take back control of your life. So there might be stuff from the past that's kind of, I won't say interfering in your current relationship, Lynn, but maybe just thought patterns or beliefs that you have about even your own self-worth, or, if like say an ex or a past partner had cheated on you, you kind of just have this little seed of doubt or a little seed of thinking that maybe this next person will do the same thing. But this is about freeing yourself from past relationship, maybe even cutting cords from those past relationships so they are not interfering in the current relationship. But really, especially when it is a romantic connection, a lot of times we as souls want to get into these different romantic connections so we can clear past karma or, fulfill soul contracts. So, no relationship is ever going to be perfect specifically for those reasons. But let's just tune into the energy of this connection flourishing and what that looks like. And we have here healing family issues. So freeing yourself, maybe even from the relationship that your parents had with each other, or if your parents were divorced, relationships that they had with other people. And maybe even the relationship you had with your parents and that they had with you that those unhealthy dynamics, because not all relationships are 100% unhealthy or 100% healthy. There's, kind of the good and the bad all mixed in there. But this is you, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So if you still have a lot of childhood wounds or inner child wounding, focusing on freeing yourself from those past traumas, wounds, resentments, guilt, worry, shame, just trapped emotions going on about your upbringing, to release that, that's really going to benefit your love life. But for the most part, yeah, your love life is, it's going to be as good as you allow it to be. So when you can think about how amazing it can be, yes, and life happens and things happen and circumstances that are outside our control happen. But for the most part, you really are on the timeline that, this is going to be a successful relationship. That's really what I do see here. There's really no need to worry, especially if you are doing a lot of inner healing and clearing things from your past, cutting cords with people, situations, traumas from your past, and releasing that. I'd say, all relationships are work, but you're going to be ready to roll up your sleeves and, make this a beautiful life. So yeah, I really do see this flourishing for you, as long as you're both willing and ready to put in the work to make this relationship go. And I just heard also communication is key, but really isn't that just the truth with any connection, whether it's romantic or otherwise? Any relationship we have with open and clear communication is always like number one of the best things we can do for any relationship. Okay, Lynn, I hope that resonated for you, my dear. Thanks again for your donation. Okay, let me see. Did I even copy this list? And there are 2 flies in here just battling it out over here on my screen. So if you hear like, that's what's going on there. Okay. And Mardell, if you're watching, so we have Michelle Lynn next. And Mardell, if you're watching, I'm trying to figure out the kids' camp schedule. I think Boston has one more camp with his band stuff. And I'm trying to plan a trip to Libby so we can hang out. That would be fun. I miss my mom. Okay, Michelle Lynn wants a general near future, please, with all of these transits going on, and how will influence me and my future before this year ends. I love it. Let's tune in to Modern Wish over here. So general for Michelle Lynn, tuning into Michelle's energy for the future, with all these transits going on, and how it will influence her and her future before this year ends. What's going on? Okay, we have this one. Ooh, King of Swords. So you are taking ownership of something in your life. Oh, my mom is doing well. Yeah, as far as I know, she's doing great. She's really excited about her garden. She always has the best garden. And I can't wait to get up there so I can just pretty much eat lunch in the garden. I just go there and eat all the raspberries and the basil and the mint and the pea pods. I just scarf down. I love it. That's the ultimate fast food, if you ask me. But yes, Michelle, you really are taking ownership of your communication, and even clear communication to the universe or to God or whatever you subscribe to as far as that goes, of what you want and those intentions you're setting and what you're wanting to manifest. Oh, you're here. The raspberries and peas are calling you, right? Yes. And then the Magician, Michelle. So yes, you really are in control of how this rest of the year plays out for yourself. And these transits, yes, a lot of times it feels like life is happening to us rather than for us. But any circumstances that come up the rest of this year, you're finding ways for even a perceived kind of not great situation, you're finding a way to curve it or to make it fit to your advantage. Yeah, and they're showing me something specific with your job. Let's just see. Let's tune into Michelle's job. What's going on with that? With these transits. Ooh, you might, yeah. I was seeing like this job ending, but I'm seeing you be the one to kind of pull the plug on it. And I know you've been wanting to get out of this job and on a different career path for a while. So that might quite possibly be happening by the end of the year. But again, you're the one in charge of the timeline here and how and when this happens. They're showing me 2 really great job opportunities that are available right now that if you applied to, you would probably get offered both of them. So I don't know if there's any jobs that are currently on your radar, or if that's something you want to, start doing, especially with this new moon coming up tomorrow, setting some intentions to, hello, Taryn, Dr. Lupo in the house. Just setting those intentions that you're going to be on the track that you want to be, or that, setting them in present tense, because that will really help amplify that energy and get you going there even quicker. But let's just see specifically for Michelle's career. Let's clarify that death card. Yeah, we have the devil here. So there might be just some people that you're not vibing with. And I don't think it's anything overtly like someone's talking trash right to your face or anything like that. You're just kind of over the drama or the vibe of the whole place. I don't think it's any one specific person at work. It's just the vibe of the whole place that's kind of setting you off, or just really turning you off to wanting to be there any longer. And you're really shifting to want something that's more fulfilling and exciting and just new. You're just ready for a change. And the beautiful thing about this devil card here too is they could literally just lift these chains right off their neck like that and walk away. But it's kind of a perceived trapped energy, kind of like the Eight of Swords, where the person's kind of bound loosely and there's a blindfold and a couple swords, 8 of them, all in a circle. But the person could easily just rip all this off and walk through those swords and get on out of Dodge. So this is about freeing yourself from limitations of some sort, Michelle. So let's see. And I also want to grab, I think we're going to also do the Moonology Manifestation deck. But yeah, Page of Cups, there's a new exciting surprise coming in for you. This might even just be that, job opportunity. Sorry, my hair keeps tickling my back here. I just want to get it off my back. I need to cut my hair so bad, guys. But yeah, there is a major exciting opportunity. And this might be something that you're just drumming up based on setting an intention that something new and exciting and fresh energy is coming into my life. Yes, the vibe is off. Do you think I will have a bad ending in my job? I don't really see that, but we can tune into that energy for Michelle leaving her job. Will there be a bad ending to her leaving her job? No. It's literally a difference of vibration. You're just not here for the low vibe or it's off. It's not on point anymore for you. You're not feeling it. So you're checking on out because you're just finding something that's much more on your vibrational level. You don't have to say anyone's better or worse than anyone else, but you're just over it. Let's see. Moonology Manifestation deck. Let's grab a couple for Michelle off of this deck as well. Anything else she needs to know about the future, her career, love life, just anything else that wants to check on in. Okay, so we got three or four here. Let's see. So the first one that came through was push through any insecurity, which this came out in our collective. So if you wanted, I think you were here for the collective, or at least part of it. If you wanted to rewatch that collective and really take notes about that, because I think your energy was really involved in that collective reading, just to push through any insecurities. But you also have here, assess the situation, but also relax, don't do it. That song, that's coming into my head. I don't know. But you are assessing the situation, and they're showing me too. We've got 2 Cancer cards here, which, this new moon is happening in the Vedic sign of Cancer. So look to Leo, where Leo is in your chart, because that's actually indicating this, because I know you're more Western astrology, Michelle. So take Leo, find Leo in your chart. And I think that would be your 11th house, which would be your network circles, networking, finding a job through maybe an acquaintance or a friend. Maybe they hear about a job and they let you know about it, because you're assessing a situation. And I think this is just your whole life. You're just kind of taking an inventory of where you're at, where you were, where you want to be, and how far it is that you've come to where you are now, and how far it is you have to go to where you quote unquote want to be. But yeah, and I think between now, which Cancer season for Western astrology is kind of already passed. So you're already kind of beyond this, but coming up toward Virgo season, which is in August, toward the end of August, if I'm not mistaken. I think Virgo starts somewhere around the 23rd of August, but look that up, Michelle, for the astrology you follow when Virgo season starts, but more specifically when it ends, because we're including Virgo season within this kind of time frame, which that's still well before the end of the year for you. Yeah, Leo moon and Leo Venus and your new moon. This new moon in Leo is happening in your 11th house. Yes, absolutely. So you've got a lot going on, and because you have natal planets, your moon and your Venus there, that's really getting your mind on love, and you're kind of maybe even able to manifest love with, if this new moon is happening right on your Venus. That's an amazing time to set some intentions and literally dream up your dream person. Like what? And I was telling someone else during a mentor session today about this exact thing. Because her chart was really lining up with this new moon as well as, wow, this is amazing. Powerful time for her to really manifest some things in her life. And you, Michelle, because your moon is there, that's like emotional fulfillment or a connection to your mother as well. And Venus, that is like pleasure, that's beauty, that's love, romantic relationships. And I'm sure you probably want to enhance all of those different areas of life we just talked about there. So you can actually set intentions for that, and it will really amplify that energy because this new moon is taking place in your 11th house where those planets are. So it's very powerful for you. I just want to get one more tarot card just to kind of wrap this up for Michelle. Anything else she needs to know between now and the end of the year? Anything else? Yeah, this is about taking action on all those amazing plans. Look at that. Look at that. You're taking some action. And, these ships are literally coming in. So this is manifesting what you set out to manifest. So between now and the end of Virgo season, and I would even say, because this was kind of encompassing the rest of this year, between now and the end of the year, but maybe even Virgo season is really going to kick off your desire to really manifest some difference in your life or some changes in your life that are really going to feel exciting. And this could even look like a vacation or a move because this card indicates both of those things. So yeah, a lot of good potentials here. It's just a matter of, what exactly do you want your life to look like? Sometimes, it's kind of like, I know I've done this, and I even at times still do this, where I don't really have a clear direction of where I'm going or what I want, and things happen, it's great or it's bad or it's whatever. But when I'm, that's kind of like going on a road trip, and this can be fun too. I've never done it. I've always wanted to do it. Just going on a road trip and not sure where you're going to stay that night or where you're going to eat or even where you're going, but just letting the road take you. I think that's fun sometimes. But I think most people want a bit of a road trip map before they set out. They know, okay, I'm going to probably arrive here about this time. This is where I'm staying. This is what I'm eating. And, setting those intentions is kind of like planning out your road trip or, making a plan for your future. And, things can go awry or, you might completely go off your little beaten path. But that's the good thing is, you can set your intentions and kind of have a guideline of where you're going. But if something better comes along, you can reach out and grab it. That's what I really see. Yes, I'm excited for you. This, the readings that I've done for people today was a major work day for me. And I haven't had a major work day probably since summer started. I felt like in my heart, I was like, I'm in the zone today. Like I felt so good. And I was so excited that today actually lined up and that it was live stream day so that I could come on and just vibe with you guys. Cause I'm really feeling a major collective shift in our sense of purpose, our passion, our desire to kind of step off that beaten path and the mainstream whatever and do things our own way, because more of our higher selves are coming online that's the word I meant to say, every day with these energies. And we're releasing that need to keep up with the Joneses or to well, I gotta keep this job that I despise and it sucks my soul because I gotta put food on the table. Well, maybe the lifestyle you're living isn't what your heart really wants. And you can actually make it on a lot less by doing something you actually enjoy. Or maybe you do find a job that you enjoy that actually pays more than that soul-sucking job. Like, you just never know. But sometimes it's all about, tuning into yourself and really feeling like, what do I want? What do I even want? Do I want the same thing I wanted a year ago when I made all these plans? You might, or you might not. That's the beauty thing, is though you can change it at any point. I missed it too. Oh, I love it. And that's the cool thing you and I were talking about, Amber, during your reading today, was how even if you don't have a reading, just you being here in the energy of it and putting your consciousness here, you can a lot of times gain some clarity and insight about your own life through someone else's reading. That's so fun. All right. Yes. Okay, Mardell's turn, and she wants to leave it to Spirit. Yes, she has lost 30 pounds. Things are good for her. She's loving going out in her garden. Yes, and I was just talking before you got here, Dr. Lupo, how my mom has the most amazing garden. She doesn't have the 13 waterfall system that my father-in-law has, but oh my gosh, she's got the best. I may be biased, but I grew up with her gardens and I love it. I could just sit out there and get the ultimate fast food, picking food right out of the garden and eating it. And it's already washed because she has well water and it's not full of crap. Well, as much as we can keep with, all the other things going on. Oh, yes, I will definitely take some pictures. I mean, her raspberries are the best, and her pea pods and just everything she grows. It's like she's got not just a green thumb, but like something beyond. I could never. I try though. Oh, yes, her garden is so pretty and it's just full of just amazing food, and I can't wait to get up there sometime next month so I can enjoy it. Yes, I will definitely take some pictures. Absolutely. All right, Mardell wants a general, just whatever spirit has for Mardell, please. Bring it forward. Let's see what she needs to know. Anything, just any advice, just whatever. Okay. Wow. Okay. So you're overcoming some cycle that felt very burdensome, or like life was really difficult in some area. You're putting a lot of these wands down, and it's coming during this time of just kind of being a hermit. Doesn't mean you have to literally not talk to anybody or be anywhere or do anything, but this is like a spiritual calling, especially with the magician here. And this is a pretty major arcana energy here. This is a major shift. So you're taking a major shift. Maybe it's even during this new moon, and that will be actually in your 10th house, because I know your chart. And that 10th house is, wait, let me just make sure. Yes, 10th house. I had to think for a second, because yeah, your Libra 12th house. Back to, yes, okay. So 10th house, well, it actually would be your 9th house, because we're Vedic astrology. Yeah, this is your 9th house. So this is your spirituality. This is possibly even travel, just feeling more in tune with the divine and just wanting to expand your horizons, but like in a spiritual sense. And quite possibly upcoming travel as well. I do see that. But being able to manifest. So this new moon, Mordell, I will send you this new moon meditation that I'm going to do tomorrow. I'll send it to you so you can do it too. But it's going to be a really powerful time for you also to set some like intentions, set some manifestations in motion, because the 9th house is your luck. It's your good karma. It's the time to really focus in on what you want, planning for the future, and maybe even taking a trip or some sort of vacation, or, just come visit us. I don't know, something fun. But yeah, fun, exciting surprise. So Spirit does have an exciting and fun surprise that they're not just going to reveal right here, right now. This is good news, or just maybe it's some accomplishment that you have coming in very soon. They're showing me before the end of August, something really exciting. News from someone in the family, quite possibly. Good news, maybe someone who was dealing with some health issues. You're finding out that they're in the clear now. And Spirit's not telling me an exact name or anything as far as anyone I know in our family that you've heard from that was having health issues. But if you know, you might know who that means. But they're getting a decent bill of health. They're getting if they thought it was one like really bad diagnosis, it's actually a good diagnosis. And this isn't you. This is someone that you associate with, either maybe on Facebook or like family. And I'm never on Facebook, so I have no idea who that could be. Let's see what else is going on. Mardell. Temperance. So there's that Sagittarius energy, and this is also Spirit. So of the 5 cards here, you've got 3 major arcanas. So I really do see, specifically too with your work. Oh, Uncle Junior got good news about his cancer. That's so funny, because right after I said, oh, I don't know anybody, and maybe Facebook, and then I saw Aunt Margie's face. I probably should have just said it, because, yeah. Wow, that's awesome. I'm so glad he's doing better. Wow. Wow, we got Temperance here, which, like I was saying about Spirit, really feeling Spirit around you. And they're saying something about at Grandma's house. So I don't know if you saw or felt something when you were at Grandma's house, or maybe, no, not yet. So they're showing me August, something going on at Grandma's house where you feel Spirit. It may be her or a spirit guide that is reaching out to you, but it's going to be on Grandma's house, at her house, or on her property. Very interesting. I actually want to get a couple words of advice from this deck as well. Mardell, anything else Mardell needs to know? Yes, I will send you that meditation. Okay, And then we have shine with the new moon in Leo, which that's what's going on in Western astrology. For Vedic astrology, that's going on in the sign of Cancer. But yeah, this is just about owning that beautiful light that you have. And, losing 30 pounds, you're probably feeling a little bit much better about yourself and just ready to, just take life by the horns and just feel really good. And you're not backing down to a challenge or, not feeling like, oh, I shouldn't bother with that. Like you're ready to, it's not like you're taking a risk, but it's just you're putting yourself out there more. Um, so something with like just feeling really good about who you are and what you've got going on in life. Let's see what else they're wanting to say about that. Yeah, attuned to the divine, which absolutely with this combination right here. So, and I mean, you attune to the divine on a daily basis for your job, but yes, you feel her there, the birds and the butterflies, yeah. And of course, now like Uncle Steve's energy is coming in, which I think he just had a birthday like earlier in the 20, like was it the 21st, something like that. So I don't know if there's even something going on with him being around you or you feeling him around you or some sort of communication with a bird or with him. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, just attuning to the divine, which you do that a lot. Let's get one more. One more before we close out. Any words of advice, wisdom, guidance? No. Find balance. Full moon in Libra, which you have a Libra moon. You've got like 4 planets in your 12th house in Libra, Markel. So yeah, this is just about finding balance and specifically with the moon in Libra in your chart, that the moon indicates your mother. And now the fact that she is passed over, it's like you can actually have a like unconditional loving relationship with her that wasn't available to you when she was on Earth. Yeah, but I really do feel her close to you at this time, and especially in the month of August. Something going on in August around her house that you're gonna know that spirit's there. If it's not her, it's like spirit guides are coming in on her behalf, if that makes sense. All right. So let me just check the donation list. Let's saw we had also Steffers. Was that Steffers 1111? I think. Yes. So you go ahead and post your questions, Steffers. We'll get right into it. Yes, her beyond the veil, we get along. Yes, right. Not so much the other way, but yes. Steffers 1111. My dear, go ahead and post your question. And then that's the last donation I have for as far as people who are currently here. And then I have 2 other donations for people who are asleep on the other side of the planet. That's just fun to say. Someone lives on the other side of the planet. That's so cool. That's so cool to me. All right. For the other side of the realm, those flat earthers out there. I don't know what I believe because I've actually seen it both ways. Like as far as asking spirit, I've seen it both ways. So I'm almost wondering, just because one person wants life experience where they live on a globe, maybe they're living on a globe. And maybe someone wants it on a flat plane and they get to experience that version. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Spirit's giving, it's like they laugh at me like, it could be either and it could be both at the same time. What do you want? What do you want from us? I don't know. It's just cool to stay on the other side of the planet. I don't know. Is that just me? Just a general reading of what's going on in the near future. Anything Spirit Guide wants me to know. All right, let's tune in for Steffers 1111. What's going on in the near future? Anything her spirit guides want her to know? Or just any general information coming through? Advice, wisdom, clarity, guidance from spirit. Well, there's something coming in very quickly or something you're going to be accomplishing very quickly. And they're telling me there's something that's not even on your radar yet. Like something maybe even to do with like moving or packing. Maybe like a last minute trip that wasn't planned. And you're just like, well, I have the time off and like, I have the money and like, let's go, let's do this. Something unplanned, but really exciting. This isn't like an unknown about bill that comes in the mail. No. This is something exciting and there's movement with it. So you're driving somewhere, something fun and exciting. Let's see. Anything else for Steffers? Words of advice, wisdom, guidance, anything about her future? Page of Wands, something very exciting. And this kind of might be the catalyst for some sort of new endeavor or maybe even like hobby or something you're really diving into that you're really passionate about. Could even be children if you have them. I can't remember quite if you had children or not. Just connecting with your children, or just your inner child, connecting with your inner child. Hello, Kirsten. Welcome, my dear. Let's see. Anything else for Steffers? What's going on? This has got me intrigued. This is something really exciting. Yeah, 7 of Wands. A lot of Wands energy. You got 7, 8, and Page. Look at that. But this, I'm not really reading this as the, oh, classic, you have to defend yourself, whatever. This is almost you fighting with yourself. Like, well, do I have time for this hobby? I should probably be working or doing this other thing or doing that other thing. But it's like your kind of more passionate and creative side is going to win the argument, because you deserve to play. You deserve to have some fun and passion and excitement in your life. A 5-year-old, we took a week off next week to spend as a family, but no plans. Well, maybe you're going to find some plans or something fun to do, even if it's just like in your town. Like maybe it's across town, or I don't know, somewhere out in nature, quite possibly. Because she's not like enclosed in a vehicle. Like she's like in the nature as far as like being outdoors while driving at the same time. That's kind of fun. Let's just see what else is going on for Steffers near future. Yeah, 4 cups. And normally, people will say or interpret or read this card, and I do this once in a while, but I'm not really reading it this way. It's like, oh, you're so focused here, you don't see this amazing opportunity. No, I see that you see this opportunity over here, and you're just like, yeah, I don't really want to go down that road, or I don't really want to spend more time doing that. I'm more focused on this. And the 3 of Cups, that is celebration. That is like soul family connections. It's focusing on the things that light you up and bring you joy, instead of the things that you quote unquote should do, or, well, that's on my to-do list, I should probably wash the dishes or do the other thing. But instead, you're focusing on the things that are exciting and inspirational to you, which sometimes it's okay to leave the dishes for a day or two to focus on the fun things, as long as everybody's still eating and sleeping and breathing, we're good. But yeah, just taking a couple days off from your responsibilities. There might be other people out there, though, that taking a few days off responsibilities might give you like hyperventilation, like that might scare you. But I really do see this being something coming up very soon, that you are like making a major life-changing decision as far as like a direction in your life, or like a passion that takes you. With this here Page of Wands, you're discovering a passion that's kind of shaping or changing the direction you're going in life. A hobby quite possibly turning into a career, something like this. Or maybe even a decision you're making with a significant other that's going to enhance your relationship, or changes you're making around the home, quite possibly. Something fun though that really does enhance your life. This is all good stuff coming in that I'm seeing, by the way, like all good stuff. No major red flags on the horizon that I'm seeing at all. All right, what else does Steffers need to know, please, Spirit? Yes, be proud of yourself. I love this. And, if it's been a hot minute since you've really checked in with, how far you've come, or, any accomplishments that you've had, or even if you feel like, well, I haven't really accomplished anything, just be proud of yourself for being a human during these times on this planet. Like, it's not easy. So just give yourself some grace and some credit for like getting through a day, even if there are days you have that it's just like, it's so much to even like plan a life. I just barely get through the day. Like, we all have days like that sometimes, I think, but just be proud of how far you've come. Or if there's some sort of like habit or like belief system or negative trait about yourself that you're like, I wish I didn't have that you've overcome recently, or you've been working to be better at, pat yourself on the back, even if it's been baby steps and you haven't gotten that far on it yet. Or even if this is something you haven't started yet, some sort of like, it's like you're replacing a bad habit with a good habit, something like this. And it's almost like preemptively be proud of yourself, because that'll help fuel you to really inspire you to keep going in a more positive direction for your highest good in the future. And then practice gratitude. So yeah, and this combination here really does speak of some gratitude coming through. You really focusing on like, yeah, I know I should probably do these other things, but like, I want to do what lights me up and brings joy to my life. And the more gratitude we have, Spirit's like, oh, they're grateful for this stuff. Let's bring more of it in. Because you think about when you're super stressed and you got all this stuff going on and you've got anxiety and depression, and then we really focus on like, I'm so depressed, I'm so anxious, and then we bring more of it in. Well, we can do the same thing with the more positive things, like the things we actually want to experience in life. We can go it the other way as well. Because a lot of times people are like, oh, I can't manifest anything. But like, you're constantly manifesting. You're constantly manifesting. And it's usually not your present energy that's manifesting you. You know, it's past versions of yourself that are manifesting what you now experience. So there's kind of a grace period, and thank God, because if we just thought something really nasty and then it just magically happened and manifested right there, that would probably not be good. So it's probably good there's a grace period on our manifestations for good, bad, and everything in between. But yeah, especially if you are trying to manifest something and it's just not coming quickly enough, like especially if it's like something to do with the home, maybe even a home itself, like purchasing a different home or some purchase you want to make or you should make around the home or something like that. Don't beat yourself up if it's not coming in as quickly as you want, because I'm hearing something about divine timing being at play going on with your dreams or something you're really wanting to manifest surrounding your home life or your home itself, quite possibly. So don't give up if something's not happening. An interior design career. There you go. Boom, mic drop. Yeah, let's just pull one card on that. Let's just see any words of advice or wisdom about the interior design career she's trying to start up. Stepper's energy, please, Spirit. Yeah, we have illumination. So it's almost like there's some fog surrounding exactly how you're going to make this happen or when you're going to make this happen. But if you even can sit down, especially because we're talking new moon vibes with all this going on, it's a great time to set some new intentions to help clear the fog of, how am I going to make this thing happen? Just start writing down, all the things that you would need to research. Like, if you had a specific school you wanted to go to or program or certificate, I'm not sure exactly how all that goes. But the steps that would be involved to get yourself signed up or accepted or whatever. Just write down all the things that you that off the top of your head you can think of about starting this up, or any other area of life. If you want to move a house, move from one house to another, okay, first I should probably hire a realtor, or I should probably clear the clutter in the house I already have. There's starting points to a lot of things, and maybe your dream isn't quite materialized in your physical world yet, so it feels so foggy or kind of far away. But the more illumination or just intention you can put into it, the more you draw it toward yourself. It's almost like reeling in a fish. If you're not hooked on the fish yet, there's not much you can do. But once you cast that line out, you're kind of waiting around, you're setting your intentions and all this stuff, and then once a fish catches, you can reel that in. You know exactly what to do. And if you're vegan, I apologize. As far as the fishing analogy. All right. Absolutely. Trying to figure out the details. So this makes perfect sense. Been trying to figure out my niche. Yes. And that's the thing. It's just once you get this spark of an idea, because that's yeah, I already know what I want to do, but I want to narrow it down to what I'm really passionate about. So maybe, yes, I know the universe is trying to offer me this interior design deal. I get it. I know it. But I want to focus in on exactly what about this I want to really focus on. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me with this. So maybe it's between now and there's showing me 3-month time period. You're really trying to figure this out. Maybe you're even having some conversation with your significant other, if you have one, about the best path or the best timing to make this thing happen for yourself. It's exciting. Yeah. But once you make a decision, things are really going to go quickly. It's almost like you, you sign up and you're in it. It feels quick to me. Once you make these choices, it's well, let's just jump in. Let's do it. All right. So Michelle says she has donated once again. That's awesome. So next we have Marlene V, and then Michelle Lynn will be right after that yet again. And I'm going to update my little list here. So I have Michelle Lynn's name on my list, so I'm just going to leave it there. So Marlene is next. Marlene V. Okay, I think that's our list. Let me copy and paste. There we go. So, hello, Dunking Data Girl. I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute since I've seen you. All right. So, Marlene V is next. I'll take a drink of my water. I missed you guys so much. I am just in the zone right now. It feels so good to be back. I know I was only gone for like, well, I've been making sure that I try to go live once a week, but last Wednesday I was telling people earlier that it was like 7 something p.m. on Wednesday last weekend. I'm like, oh, I should be live right now. Today's Wednesday. But yeah, my dog's been having some health issues, and my kids have been busy with different sports camps and just summer fun that, like I feel like I'm in a time warp or something. Yeah, I think the last time I was actually live here was like 2 Wednesdays ago, so like the 13th, if I'm not mistaken, that was like 2 Wednesdays ago or however long ago that was. And I haven't been doing my Friday or Saturday show. I've kind of been going back and forth between Friday or Saturday because of summer and all that, but I've been doing that live stream at all, probably since summer started, just because there's just not enough hours in a day to get everything done, and my kids are home all the time. But hopefully once school starts back up, I can be back to my 2 times a week live stream schedule, and I love that. I really feel the most connection to you when I can see you guys more often. All right, it's more of a yes, no. Are the sellers going to pay for the plumbing issues for our buyers and whatever else wants to come through? Okay, so we'll just kind of ask that first one first, and then we'll just kind of do a general whatever wants to come through as kind of the second part of that, because we can get a yes, no pretty quickly anyway. So are the sellers going to pay for the plumbing issues for Marlene V's buyers? I don't know what housing market you're in, but it's starting to turn in places. It's starting to turn into more of a buyer's market. So let's see. Well, these two both want to come out. Ask for help from others and choose a new direction. So I really do feel that if they do ask for it, they're going to get it. But with the choose a new direction, this might be applied as some sort of like housing credit, or they're showing me like when we bought our house in 2008 here, we wanted, because they had a pellet stove and it would be an easy way to just do a gas insert or even an electric insert. And so they did like a credit on our, toward our, so it's kind of like, I don't know, like off the cost of the house, but it wasn't like they gave us that money like cash money, if that makes sense. Oh, the deal closed already and I feel bad. The abuse, I feel my inexperience probably did help. We're in Southern California. Yeah. Let's see. There might be some way they're getting this fixed, but it may not be from the sellers. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with this, because it says ask for help from others, which I think, that includes them asking. But then with the choose a new direction, it's like this isn't going to come about the way they think. But it's like positive expectations can really, I won't even say expectations, but positive intentions can really help sway things. But whatever's going on, I think they're going to be happy with the overall purchase of things. I mean, if these are really extensive plumbing issues, I don't know, did they have some sort of home inspection or anything like that that they could draw from and say, hey, the inspection said X, Y, or Z? Or I'm not sure how exactly they discovered the plumbing issues, but it's basically saying there's 2 quite possible different timelines you could tune into. One where the sellers do not pay, but somehow, some way it gets paid for the buyers, that it kind of somehow, I don't know, lumped into their payment or something. Or another timeline where the sellers are like, yeah, we'll just include it. Sure. So it's very interesting. I just want to pull one more just to see what the most likely timeline is. But I think you're the one creating the most likely timeline of whatever you think is going to happen. So if you're going to like beat yourself up, like, oh, because I'm kind of new to this, I should have known, and oh no, it's my fault, you might kind of manifest where the seller won't do it. But if you just have this high intention that I know that, justice will be served, as far as, the right thing will happen. But it might take some time. And I don't know if these buyers are on some sort of a time crunch with needing to get in the house and getting these repairs done, or if this plumbing issue is causing damage to other things in the house, like, walls and flooring and things like that. General inspection, but didn't want to get the plumber. Yeah, it might be that they have to kind of eat that because they didn't, but they didn't want, was the buyers that didn't want to get the plumber? Or was it the sellers? Yeah, because I'm not seeing this as your mistake. Like, this is something that should have been disclosed, or, however you guys found out about the issue. I don't know if the seller was forthcoming with it or what, but if they, you would think that they would have to be if it was something pretty major like that. Let's just see. Pull one more on this issue. See what we can get some clarity. Yeah, justice will be served. That's what I kept seeing is, things are going to balance out. It's very interesting with a year from now, because I'm like, this might take some time, but like they might be on a time crunch to get in this place or get things fixed quickly. But there's some sort of justice or balance coming to your buyers between now and a year. Oh, they did know but didn't disclose. See, there might be some sort of legal issue where they can take them to civil court, or is it civil, or just like small claims court? Because, if they knew and they didn't disclose that, that's shady. That's really shady. So they might have some legal recourse through like a small claims court, or, they could even maybe broach the topic of, hey, we would like you to pay for this. If not, we're going to have to take legal action. Like that's, and that might be the choose a new direction, is they're still getting it paid for. It's just going to be maybe through the legal system rather than the real estate system, if that makes sense. But I see two different ways. Like either the sellers will say, yeah, we'll cover it, and, la-di-da, off to the next. But another timeline where there, might have to be like a legal case or something, which I don't think you'd have to be involved with that if it was some sort of small claims or something like that. But yeah, because I think if this is a known issue and they don't disclose it, that's, as far as I know, that's not very legal, or at the very least, it's highly shady, But let's just get some general information, just anything else that needs to come through for Marlene, for her career or her life in general, personal life, which is anything. Hopefully the sellers agree and everyone's happy. Yeah, that would just be the best. I mean, if it were me as a seller, even if I was losing money, like I couldn't in good conscience just leave people hanging like that. Like that's just not cool. Like I personally wouldn't do that. But just because I wouldn't do that and you wouldn't do that doesn't mean other people wouldn't do that, So let's just hope. But I don't see that a decision, like a distinct major decision, has been made. But whatever happens, I see your buyers being very happy in the end. Even if they have to kind of take the roundabout way to get this thing, the justice served here, they're going to be happy with what's going on. And I think they're very happy with what you've done to help them. So don't beat yourself up that you should have known, or, I wouldn't worry about that. Hello, Sandy. Welcome, my dear. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. All right. So let's just get general information for Marlene, anything that needs to come through. All right. So we have the 4 Pentacles. So yeah, you might be saving some money, or even planning for a purchase on something for maybe your own home, or could even be a vehicle. I'm kind of getting chill, like not major chills on my crown, but just a little tingle, So maybe there's something you've been thinking about getting that you're just like, oh, I don't know. But I really do see you actually getting it by the winter time. If you live in the U.S. or, like northern hemisphere, winter time will be like, December, right? The first part of, the solstice will kick off December. But I'm seeing the time frame of like November through quite possibly February. You're going to make a purchase, something you're excited to purchase, forever for your home. Okay, I do think this could be a purchase for you, especially if you're trying to move like out of a city, or if you're kind of close to the people around you, you want to have a little more space between you and your neighbors. Yeah, you're going to definitely be able to pull that off between November and like next February of 2023. Let's just see anything else about this excitingness. Yeah, but there's going to be, it's all about the intentions today. Spirit is all about these intentions with this new moon. Maybe even writing out your intentions to, buy your forever, home, or that home you've been saving for forever. Setting some intentions, doing some spiritual work behind the scenes, really connecting to your guides to make this thing happen. Because there is, and even tuning into that future version of yourself that's already in this home that you've been waiting forever to get into. Tuning into that future version of yourself that's in the home already can really help, reel it in. Let's see. Ooh, one more coming out. Yeah, 4 of Swords. So you might have been really busy, or just feeling like this need to rest or slow down or relax, especially with this combination here. And, fours are about being able to build a stable and secure, solid foundation for yourself. Really tuning into your purpose and feeling like you're on the right path in life. And it's going to take maybe a bit of a time out. And I know summertime is usually when people are like on full force doing all these things, but I'm almost seeing this as like it's during the winter you're really going to hit the ground running on taking action on a lot of things. Yeah, I would definitely set some intentions. And looking into your, if you follow Western astrology, look where Leo is, because that's where the new moon's going on for you. If you follow Western, or if you follow more Vedic or sidereal astrology, you can look where Cancer's going on in your chart. And if either of those is going on in your fourth house, that is your house of purchasing real estate. And any big transits possibly going around your 11th house or your second house. These could, have, especially your 11th house, that could be wish fulfillment. Being able to actually attain, your house that you've been saving for. Yeah. All right. So I hope that resonated for you, Marlene. Best of luck to your buyers and, of course, to you to be able to buy your home that you've been saving forever for. Because I know, like, when you want something and it's just not happening, it can be very frustrating. But Spirit doesn't want you to lose hope on this, because this is something that's meant for you. You are meant to own some real estate. You work in real estate. It's very cool. And you deserve to own something that you're really excited to be in. So, yes, I'm wishing you the best of luck. Thanks again for your donation, Marlene. So, Michelle Lynn, you are next, my dear. And then we also received from Maricha. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Let me know who you are here in the chat. I will add you. Was that you, Junking Data Girl? I think you had said you sent a donation. Well, I will get you on my list, my dear. And then also Sandy has donated. Okay, I'm going to add both of you. All right. So here is our list. So Michelle Lynn can go ahead and post her question. Oh, that's why they call you Cha-Cha, I bet. I love it. I love it. I always wondered if that was like a nickname, like that just came to you. Like, I mean, I'm not comparing you to a dog, but just for the sake of like example, my dog's name is Walter, but we call him Piggy Woof. I mean, yeah, I don't know if Cha-Cha was like just a random cool name that you got somewhere along the way, or if it actually was part of your name. That's so cool. Now I know. The more you know. All right, Michelle's got her question out. Since my back injury, it feels better. Oh, I was going to ask you about that. Yeah, I'm glad it feels better. Good. But your fitness routine has definitely slowed down, and I don't feel as motivated. Do you see my passion for fitness returning? Feeling stuck with my diet and routine. Well, Spirit's showing me you taking it easy a little bit, but still being able to move your body. That could look like, yoga, or even just walking. Specifically out in nature, if you could at all swing it, I think is much more enjoyable than just walking on a treadmill or something. But yeah, Spirit's already showing me, less impact on your back ways to keep that, movement going on in your body, to where you can, reignite this passion for your fitness journey. But let's just tune in. And also, too, there are seasons of life, using myself as an example, as a writer, I went 2 years during, the COVID lockdown days, years, that I didn't write pretty much anything. I just didn't write. And, that I thought for sure, well, my passion for writing's gone. I guess why bother? But like, it came back in full force, and probably even more strong than it was before. And even when I was a kid, like, it's back in the strongest force it's ever been. So I'm really excited about that. I even actually signed up for Publish and Thrive. Sarah Cannon's Publish and Thrive. If Brandy Lynn is still here, she knows what that's all about. I signed up for that, and I am pumped to start that. That starts, the kickoff call, I think, is the 30th of this month, and then we dive in August. I'm super excited. It's basically a self-publishing course, and she's published like 27 books, and she's got all this just like major knowledge, and I cannot wait to learn as much as I can from her. But yeah, so let's see, this passion returning for Michelle with her fitness journey, and she's just feeling stuck in her diet and routine. Any words of advice or wisdom? Yeah, you almost feel like something was stolen from you. Like this back injury stole that passion or that desire. But if I'm remembering correctly, Spirit's now highlighting, The fact that this injury was kind of like divinely orchestrated, and I know that sounds very macabre. Like, why would I orchestrate this? My higher self orchestrate this, for me to injure myself. This was to get you to slow down and kind of be in the right place at the right time for something. But yeah, you may almost feel cheated. Like, I was doing so well, I was on that journey, I was on that path, and then I just got taken off that path. And now that I'm better, I don't really feel that path anymore. Again, doesn't mean you're not going to ever want to be back on that path. But I see, that there's a season. There's a season for all of this. But let's just tune in. Yeah, 9 of Wands. So this is my Olympic athlete card, and you literally are asking about a fitness journey. So I see you back on that horse, back out on, the training and the whatever. But I see you maybe just taking it easy because, this person isn't giving up. Even if they had a setback or an injury, they're allowing themselves to heal, and then they're kind of taking it easy to ease themselves back to where they were. And Spirit's even telling me, or kind of showing me right now, it's like, one of the words of advice for writer's block or something like that is, even if you don't feel like writing, just do it anyway. Even if like what you're producing sucks, like just do it anyway. And just getting back into the routine of showing up to write every day, or, work out every day, or whatever it is, it's going to bring that passion back, because you're going to kind of hit a stride and be in the flow that, it's not just going to strike you randomly when, you're watching Netflix. I mean, it might, but like, but just showing up every day, or every, however often you want to work out, just showing up, even if you're not feeling it, you're not that passionate about it, showing up anyway and doing a workout anyway, or stretching or walking or whatever it is, that's going to put you back in alignment with that journey. So let's see, anything else? Michelle, she's just feeling like getting back on it. Yes, new beginning is available to you at any point. And there might even be some sort of, I don't know if it's like a strength training or like weights. There's something to do with, and that might have even been how you injured yourself. I can't quite remember if you even did say that. But something to do with weights or strength training that you're getting into that's slightly different, or maybe even quite a bit different than what you were doing before. And you may not have quite discovered this. And then they're also showing me like boxing. I don't know if you do any boxing. Yeah, very interesting. Yes, I try to force myself to do baby steps because I know it will help me get into the flow. I remember you talked about boxing. Yes. So I was curious if I try something new. Yeah, just even trying different things. Like if you're still got your gym membership, and they do spin and boxing, and yeah, there's the boxing. They're like showing me just like getting these buff muscles, like, oh, I'm boxing. Yeah, I need to get back on that horse. Not that I'm a boxer, but like I need to get back on the, workout horse myself. So like I'm feeling this. But yeah, 2 of Cups. You're gonna find some source, or maybe even multiple sources of exercise that you're gonna feel this emotional like fire for. Like you're gonna be excited. You're gonna see the results that this sort of movement, this exercise, whatever it is, this training of some sort you're doing, you're going to see the results that's creating in your body, and it's just going to fuel you to want to eat really good and do all these things that you were, it's really going to reignite that passion. So I do see that passion coming back. I'm going to actually pull from these to get a time frame of see when this might be possibly happening for you, when this passion is returning. But yeah, just kind of showing up anyway, even if you don't feel like it, is going to help. Well, quite possibly it could be back before the end of the month. So let's get a time frame between July and what month? Is Michelle's passion for her fitness journey and diet and all of that coming back? When is that coming back? And then June. Wow. So I mean, this could be over the next year or so, but the fact that July came out first, like they're basically saying now's the time. Go ahead and just get back on that horse, and along the way you're going to find that passion again. I really do see that happening for you. So I want to grab one more before we close this one out. Just any words of wisdom or advice for Michelle on this fitness journey, or ways she can show up in her own life to get that passion back. Well, we have here, be humble. So, and this is the first quarter moon in Leo. And being humble sometimes is just admitting, I don't feel like being on this journey right now. And doesn't mean that you have to quit, because we were kind of talking baby steps. And, kind of faking it till you make it, I guess, is another way we could say that. Um, my gym is small. Do you think it will be a different gym? I mean, obviously, anytime you feel like switching gyms and going to something different that offers more, a vast array of ways to work out, that's your prerogative to be able to change gyms if you feel the need. But if you really like your gym, I think you could stay there. They may even start offering things they don't currently offer, like say if they don't offer, whatever the lifting weights or which I think they do, like boxing or whatever other things that you maybe just try. You've like, oh, I don't know, that's probably not for me. And just trying it, but just being humble as far as allowing yourself to be wherever it is that you are, and not beating yourself up that you're not farther, or that you're not doing better than you are currently, whatever it is. But speak your world into being with the first quarter moon in Gemini. So yeah, this is all about setting those intentions. Speak that world into being. Picture yourself, doing specific activities, as far as the fitness journey goes. Picture yourself, eating the foods that are best for your body. Picture yourself looking and feeling the way that you want, and setting those intentions. Again, now is a really great time. I know this is happening in your 11th house, like we had just talked about, but there's other things going on. Your 11th house, there's also that Jupiter. Ooh, yes. Jupiter, at least if it was your Vedic chart, Jupiter would be going from your 7th house. It's dipping back into your 6th house, going retrograde. In Western astrology, it's, yes, in Aries, but it's going back into your 6th house. So that's Pisces by the end of the retrograde in November. So it's going to reignite that passion between, I would say, now and November is the time. And probably because, retrogrades, it'll be when it's starting to go direct again, but not quite out of Pisces, that you're back in that passion-fueled workout routine. I would say no later than November, really. Yeah. That just occurred to me right as I said that. So yeah, I think that's going to be real good. Indicator of once Jupiter dips back into Pisces, you just might feel this sudden urge to get back out and feel more passionate about your workout routine. And then, of course, by the end of November or mid-November, whenever it starts to go direct again and moving forward, but before it leaves Pisces, you're going to be back on track. As far as whatever, you're the one in charge of what looks like success to you in this regard. But you're going to feel back on track and feel really good about your journey by sometime in November. Yes, and the eclipse is in November. Yeah, I think maybe so it will be a positive impact for me. And the eclipse is happening in Western Taurus. So that would be your 8th house of sudden events. So yeah, major transformation, like death and rebirth energy. So that could really help fuel what you're trying to accomplish here. Absolutely. Yes. All right. So I hope that resonated for you. Yeah, just take it day by day and just show up, and that spark will reignite. I mean, it's like the heat is there, the spark is there. It's just a matter of catching that spark in the right way to make it ignite, right? All right. So, yes, we have up next, we've got Cha-Cha. Cha-Cha-Cha. I love that. All right, Cha-Cha, you are next, my dear, and then Sandy. So I'm going to copy my list again because I did not copy it from the previous time I updated it. I'm going to replace this other old list. There we go. Cha-Cha, and then just Sandy is on deck, and those are the last 2 donations I have here for that are here, because the other 2 I have, the last 2 here, they are asleep, and I'm time-stamping their reading. So, Marlene says, just FYI, you did a reading for me in June and saw a future trip at the end of July, and we are going to Disneyland August 1st. There you go. Thank you. You're amazing. You're amazing. Well, that sounds like super, amazing fun. Have so much fun. I've never been to Disneyland, but that sounds fun. Yes, have an amazing time. So cool. I'm glad I had to scroll back for my list. Otherwise, I would have missed your little update there, Marlene. So thank you. Do you have a message? advice, general guidance about my current and future, anything I need to know. Let's tune into the junking data girl, aka Cha-Cha's energy. Anything, any messages, advice, general guidance about her current and future, anything she needs to know. Well, we had 4 cards come down, and okay. So it's very interesting because these two came out and then these two came out beside it. So it's like they're almost highlighting something you're going through or have just gone through or maybe about to go through. But I'm really picking up a lot of past energy with this, or maybe even some current energy, about some sort of fight or disagreement, or just not getting something panning out the way you had hoped. It doesn't necessarily have to be with other people, although a lot of times when things don't go our way, it's usually because of somebody else rather than something else. Um, but it's like you may have even been up in your head about the way something transpired, or a fight, or a I mean, it doesn't have to be anything. I'm not seeing anything like life changing, like bad or anything. Um, but you just feel like maybe that argument or disagreement just kind of just left a bad taste in your mouth with someone in your life. And if this hasn't happened yet, I really am picking up on past energy. So this might have to do with someone you've already had a disagreement with, or some sort of just miscommunication, quite possibly. And this could be coming back around like a cycle, because they're showing me like the Wheel of Fortune energy, for you to resolve whatever happened in the past next time. So like in the future, or maybe even present if you're going through that at present. But also coming out with this is a new beginning, and then being able to take action in a new direction. And this is again like a moving card. And I know a while back you were like packing and like trying to get a whole bunch of stuff packed up and move. Did you ever get to move? Did you ever move, and were you able to get all that figured out? But there is a new opportunity. And this could even be, this is a move card, but it's also a vacation card. So, new vacation, or even planting seeds. Maybe you even are literally planting a garden, or getting a new plant, or wanting to make plans for a future garden, or something to do with planting. And it doesn't have to be a literal garden. Spirit's just showing me a literal garden. That could be more literal, like not literal, but like more metaphorical. Like you are creating some sort of, to me it's like an income stream. Even if it's an income stream you already have, it's like you're finding ways to enhance it or amplify it to where you reach more people, or more people are interested in your product, or whatever it is you have going on. But you're making some major plans now. Between now and next summer, you're shifting something you do with your career or your work. You are in PA with your husband, husband's mom, and trying to figure out where we're going. Yeah, so between now and next year, you are putting down roots somewhere else. Probably more soon than later as far as that timeline goes. But we can try to nail down a better timeline. And I always say take the timelines with a grain of salt, because actions we take or don't take, or decisions we make or don't make, that can really change the timeline. But we do have August here, so there might be something going on in August that really sparks things to move forward for you. So between August and what month, please, Spirit? Most likely scenario or outcome for Cha-Cha to be able to move, figure out where they are going. Ooh, that's not too long. Between August and October. Yeah, I would take that timeline. Oh, yes, I would. It's like between now and fall. And that's very interesting. They were showing me the garden. It's like between now, which, gardens are kind of in full effect in the US anyway. And then September, October is kind of the harvest time. So it's like you're reaping the benefit of those seeds that you've planted already. And there might have been, that disagreement may have even been fueling the desire to move or to go in another direction because of maybe something going on where you're currently at. You're just not feeling it anymore, and you're ready to move on. You're ready to get on with your life. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting with that. Yeah, let's get some additional guidance with that though. Good. I hope. I don't know how or when, but sounds good. Yes. All right. Junking data girl. Anything she needs to know. Advice, wisdom, guidance. Ooh, there's a lot going on here. I'm going to take them all though. Reveal what needs to be seen. And it's very interesting because I don't think it's really anything in your external world. This is more things about yourself, or they're showing me like the dire, like, it's very interesting because it's like it's not as bad as sometimes you make it out to be. Like in your inside your head, you're like, oh, this is bad. Oh my gosh, I gotta move now. I gotta do all these things now. And you kind of like hype yourself up, but like not in a good way, that things are gonna be really bad, or it's gonna be like, anxiety. Like there's a lot of anxiety surrounding the future, or making certain things happen in the future, especially if you don't know exactly what you want to have happen. Maybe you like, I know I don't want to be here, but like, where do I want to be? Kind of vibe. Um, so could it be conflict with self? Yes, I'm seriously, yes, absolutely. This is self conflict right here. And this is, making all aspects of yourself the bad guy, like, talking crap about yourself inside your head. And you really, that voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough or you should have done different. And that's not even really you. The you that you are is the one who observes that. You're not the one causing that. And I know it feels like that's us. Well, that's me. That's that negative voice in my head. That is me. But it's not. You're the one observing that voice. And I know it's kind of a like, how do I even wrap my head around that? Like, but yeah, we're not those thoughts. We are the observer of those thoughts. I know it's crazy, but just trust that you are overcoming that. You're finding your way out of that, I guess, mental prison that you might have felt in. And it's like the vast vista, the horizon is yours. Look at that. So yeah, reveal what needs to be seen. So this is like taking that blindfold off and facing the reality of it. And when you do, it's not as bad as you were thinking it was. Then we have your cool your emotions. Yeah, so at times you could get a little worked up. And we all do it. It happens. And a lot of it is triggered by past things. It's like, well, this one thing happened in the past, and then this was the outcome. So like, I know it's going to happen again. And each time something that seems similar to something that happened before comes around, it's like it's for us to grow from. It's a lesson we can grow from, or we can repeat it. Lessons, we can either overcome them and kind of graduate from them, or we can repeat them. That's kind of how it goes. But this is you using your emotions and the depression that you were going through and stuff to really feel your way through it. Yeah, it was dark and scary. And it wasn't you. It was, the thoughts in your head. You think, oh, that's me. But it's not. And I mean, I could really lay it down with what's actually going on out there. But just for the sake of not getting this feed cut off, let's just say that you are not the one putting those thoughts in your head, and you can overcome them. And we also have here clear your mind, which yes, that's exactly what we're talking about, is just you being the one in charge of, yeah, if these negative thoughts, or, especially if they cycle and loop, and it's like, it's a different day, but the same nasty thoughts, or not feeling good enough, or whatever, and it's playing on loop, you can just, that observer part of you can come online and be like, delete, next. Let's look for something good now. But yeah, clearing your mind, and meditation can even help. If you do some like clearing negativity meditations, there's a lot of different resources here, like on YouTube, that you can search out to find ways to do that. Even if it's just like a 5-minute meditation, or if you are really getting caught up in your thoughts and not feeling really good about yourself, if you can catch yourself, like that's half the battle, is being aware that this is happening. Because if we're not aware of it, like there's nothing we can really do about it other than just endure it. But if you can be aware, oh, I'm getting into that negative thought spiral again. Okay, I'm going to step out of it. And you can take 5 minutes to kind of recenter yourself. Or, instead of, because there's ways we can do things where we, we like, oh, I can't feel those negative thoughts. I'm going to step away. Love and light. That at times can be called spiritually bypassing. But a lot of times especially if it's a lot of emotions coming up, that's triggering past wounds or things going on from the past that, need to be seen so that you can release them. So they can come to your awareness. But just being aware that you're in a thought spiral or feeling negative or depressed, that is half the battle. Because if you don't know what you don't know. But if you're like, okay, it's happening again, you're armed. Like you've got the armor, you've got everything you need to overcome it. And then feeling and even asking. I know it seems silly, but like even just asking inside your head, what are these emotions or these feelings or these thoughts trying to show me or tell me? And more often than not, you will get your answer either through like your mind's eye showing you a person that's not great for you, or maybe ways you could improve your life, or a sign from the universe. I don't know, a butterfly flies by you or something, and you can Google what is the spiritual meaning of this or that, whatever signs you're getting. Angel numbers that you keep seeing, repetitive numbers. You can look up and just ask the universe to communicate. I mean, the universe is already communicating with you, but you can ask, I need a sign that I know is a sign, and you will get it. And then you can look it up or just use your intuition to figure out and feel what that is. But then you have your be real. So, what seeing or revealing what needs to be seen and being able to clear your mind, this is really bringing you to the authentic, or the authenticity of who you are, so that you can lead the life that you want and end up in the place that you want to be. Because a lot of times when we are depressed or we feel like, we're not in control of our own lives, it's really hard to then go after our goals or our dreams, because we're basically just treading water trying to get through a day. And I see you overcoming that, though. I really do. I'm going to get one more, the outcome of overcoming just some of this negative thought stuff, or just not feeling great about, your lot in life, I guess. Yeah, you do listen to meditation. I do a one on negative energy. I will find one. Yeah. Any other words of advice or wisdom overcoming this? Yeah, the Hierophant. So, just doing things that make you feel good. Learning things about, like, even if it has nothing to do with your thought spiral or whatever, doing things that bring you joy and wanting to learn about that. Maybe even talking to someone close to you about how you feel. That could help, like a partner, or a trusted friend, someone that you can show that more vulnerable side of yourself with, because they might have some like advice or guidance for you that you just never would have thought of, and it's really going to be something that's like, oh my gosh, I never thought of it like that. Let's just get one more for Cha-Cha, the outcome. Anything else she needs to know, please, Spirit? Ooh, King of Pentacles. So there is more income coming in, and again, I think this goes to this combination here of planting some new seeds, or having some new hobbies or some new endeavors, or expanding your business, just amplifying that energy of making the life that you want. And I think it's all about you really tuning in and setting those intentions for what exactly it is you want, and then asking, if you don't know exactly how to get from point A to point B of what you want, asking Spirit, asking your higher self, your guides, whatever you believe in, to come in and help point the next step, or give you a little breadcrumb to go to the next thing, to take the next action. And it's kind of like Spirit showing me, they show me this quite a bit, but especially when you're not sure, like if you're driving somewhere that you've never been before, and it gets dark, you don't just pull over like, oh my God, the road disappeared. No, your headlights are illuminating like 200 feet out in front of you. Now my right ear's ringing. Spirit is definitely supporting you. But you kind of have faith that even past that 200 feet that you can only see in front of you, that the road's going to continue. You're going to be safe to get to your journey. You're alert, making sure there's no deer or anything in the road, no car accidents ahead or anything like that. You're alert, and you're ready for the next bend in the road, or when the GPS tells you to turn left, you're going to turn left. But this is about trust the universe, but also setting that kind of roadmap, like we had talked about. I think it was in part of our and it might have been someone else's personal reading as well, but I think we were, maybe, if I'm totally not off my rocker here, maybe in our collective at the beginning, we were talking about that. I can't quite remember, but yeah, this is just about you kind of creating a roadmap for your life, so that even if you do go on a detour, you still know what you want and kind of where you're going, even if you have a roundabout way of getting there, if that makes sense. So you're working on that. You're going to feel really confident about the direction you're going between August and October. You're really going to get a handle on where you're meant to be, what you're meant to be doing, just feeling a lot better about, freeing yourself from negative thoughts and everything like that. Yeah, I think it was your reading after I'm like, it was not that long ago. It had to have been sometime today. Oh my gosh, that's right. Yeah, it was before the live stream. So yeah, you don't get access to that one. But just energetically speaking, you do have access to that. So yes, thanks again, Cha-Cha. Thank you. It all makes sense. I'm glad I caught you tonight. Very helpful, and have a lot of questions. I love that. Yeah. I'm glad to help. I'm always glad to help. And hopefully I can be live at least once a week. And once summer is over, I'll be back to my twice a week live stream schedule. Wednesdays, I love to keep, year round as much as I can in the evening slot, because it's just, I love the Woo Woo Wednesday evening vibe. I don't know why. I just love Wednesday evenings to live stream rather than during the day. Of course, with the kids home, it's hard to do it during the day anyway. So hopefully we can stick to this time slot for Wednesdays, and either Friday or Saturday, depending what day I decide long term for that spot. That time will tell, but I will be back to going live twice a week by September 1st. Hopefully. Fly! There's 2 flies in here that have been annoying me all day, but we're still friends. They're just annoying. Okay. I'll keep an eye out for you. Yes! I'll be here. And sometimes if you aren't getting notified and you do have the little bell clicked, sometimes if you unclick it, or even sometimes unsubscribe yourself and then just resubscribe and re-click, sometimes that reignites it. I don't know what happens with the algorithms or the way it goes, but I've had to do that to some creators that I've followed, and I don't get notifications for things that I want to be notified for, and just unsubscribing, then resubscribing, unticking the bell, and then re-ticking the bell sometimes can help. Other times it doesn't do anything, and I'm just like, why? Why won't you notify me? I don't get it. This is the content I want to see, so notify me. Oh, you have 1 fly that won't leave the house driving us nuts. Yeah, we got 2 in this room. Flies haven't been that bad this year, so I can't complain too much. But we've had to keep the house a little cooler than we have, and all the doors closed because it's like 95 outside and 71 in the house. Yeah, it's that cold in the house because we got to keep it pretty cool for Walter, my dog, who's been having some health issues. He does not like the heat. He's not here for it. We have to like beg him to go outside. And even if he does go outside and we go sit in the grass, like he'll sit with us for maybe 3 minutes and then he's like, yeah, I'm going back in the house. He doesn't like the heat. I'm not a big fan of extreme heat either. That's why I live in the mountains in Montana, because it's more cold often than not. And I'm cool with that. No pun intended. All right. You had to constantly remind yourself to join the live. Oh, Ethan. Well, I'm always glad when you're here too. All right. So, Sandy, I've rambled long enough. Let's get to Sandy's reading. I love you too, Sandy. Thank you for your donation. And thanks again to you, Cha-Cha, for your donation. No place to live yet. Still living in Kent's spare bedroom. Ryan and I got into it, oh no, the other night, and he's still not talking to me. Things are wonderful. I take that as clear sarcasm. Aw, big hugs. Group hug for Sandy. Aw. I don't see this as like a forever thing. He's just going through some stuff. And they're showing me that there was something he was going through that he may or may not have shared with you. You know, I know you guys are close and everything, but this to me feels like emotions that have come up just from childhood or just something that happened in the past that he's kind of been, even if he hasn't like pinpointed, oh, I'm feeling something that I felt in childhood or something that happened in childhood. Like I had a dream about something in childhood and now I'm feeling sad about it. It was like almost like a perfect storm was created for this kind of disagreement or, you know, you guys getting into it. But let's tune in. I don't see that this is like an end to your friendship or anything. He's processing. That's what I'm seeing. He's processing. But let's tune in and see what's going on. I kind of do want to touch in on, you know, finding a place, but I think I want to start with the whole Ryan Sandy situation of 2022. We got to bring some humor into it or we're going to cry, right? If we don't laugh, we're going to cry. So let's tune into that energy. Of course, spirit is always serious, but yes. So let's tune in with Sandy and Ryan, their disagreement, altercation, the event, whatever we want to call this, and just see what's going on. Okay, so we have the world. So yeah, there was some sort of cycle within the relationship. I'm seeing this as something that annoyed either one or the both of you about each other or about the situation. Maybe even just kind of being semi-homeless for the time being kind of got to both of you. And I think this kind of semi-homelessness is what has possibly triggered something for Ryan from his childhood. I don't know. I mean, obviously I don't know him that well, but something about him, you know, growing up with very limited means or just maybe even scraping by at times, kind of living paycheck to paycheck or something like this really it's like being in this situation, or maybe even just the small space of the camper, it's kind of triggering something from his childhood. Maybe a similar situation where he was kind of transitory between homes as a child, and it was just a difficult time. But this is also, I love it because we've got an ending here with a new beginning. But I don't know if either one of you have recently taken some sort of trip, and I don't feel this is like a long trip, maybe even like a day trip into town or something like this, or this might be planned yet. But there's something closing out. There's a cycle closing. So it's like when one door opens, another, or one door closes, another opens. That's what I'm trying to say. So again, I see a new beginning or a refresh in your relationship. This isn't something, this disagreement you had or this altercation or whatever. This isn't like a make or break it thing. Even if at times it feels like it since then, you're just like, well, are we ever going to talk again? Like, what's going on? And I think he just needs a little more time to emotionally figure out his ish than maybe you do, regarding what's going on with him. But I don't think it's just you and what happened between the two of you that's going on right now. You know, let's see. Yeah, Five of Swords. Right now, it just feels like nobody's winning. It's like, you know, we all said what we said, we did what we did, but like it feels like no one won. Like everybody lost. But I want to get a clarifier on this because I think these emotions or these whatever this is, it needed to come to the surface so it could be released. And maybe it wasn't done the best way. Maybe words were exchanged or things were talked about that in ways maybe, you know, we don't have to get all into it. You know what happened. Kind of, I wish I could take that back kind of energy. This one's trying to sneak in on the reading too. Good, I like it. But yeah, Five of Wands. This is kind of altercation, you know. This to me feels like a more productive altercation than the Five of Swords. But fives indicate change. There's a shift, there's a change, and there's no going back to the way you used to be. But Spirit's telling me that's a good thing. This whatever happened between the two of you is actually setting a more stable foundation for your friendship moving forward. Because now it's like you can say things that maybe you couldn't in the past. Even if you guys were as close, you thought we can't get any closer in the past. You can. You're finding new ways to connect even deeper after whatever's transpired. I do see you guys being able to have a deep like connection, a heart-to-heart conversation to kind of bring the pieces back together and really talk through some things. And at that time, he may even admit, you know, I probably shouldn't have snapped, or I probably shouldn't have, you know, not talked to you for that long. But like I had some other stuff going on, and it just all compounded on, you know. He may or may not come forward with that because time will tell. He hasn't made the choice up or decision whether he's going to divulge all of that or not. But I think once you both show up with an open heart, he'll let you know what's going on, not just what you did wrong or what he did wrong, but like what's going on for him. And you know, you're stressed out too. You've got a lot going on as well. So like just perfect storm of energy just happened. And it's very interesting because tomorrow we actually have this explosive conjunction going on with the North Node, Rahu energy, Uranus, and Mars. So this could literally be explosive conversations with people we love. And this energy's been going on. I would say we've all been energetically tuned into this for about the last 2 weeks. So I don't know if that happened in that time frame between now and 2 weeks ago, this kind of getting into it. I'm pretty sure because you said it was the other night, so it probably was within this window of time. And so when this energy's on our heads, you know, especially if either of you in your chart have something going on in the sign of Western Taurus or Vedic Aries, you know, I'm seeing one of your moon signs quite possibly being wrapped up or aspected by this, and that's whoever was the one that maybe said more, you know, more mean things during the altercation. It's probably that person, either you or Ryan's moon sign, that's affected by this conjunction. Not to say, oh, the planets made me do it, but like the planets, we can't blame our actions on the planets, but like, let's just say, if you look at someone's Vedic chart, you can see that they almost have no choice but to go through certain things, especially really pivotal or life-changing things going on. But I would just say give him some time and some space if that's what he needs, but also let him know, hey, I'm here. I love you. I'm ready to talk whenever you are, but I'm going to give you the time and space. Just being that honest. I mean, it sounds so simple. Oh, just literally speaking from the heart, speaking my truth. But like just being that honest, I think would just let him know, okay, I can do it. I can, I feel good. I'm cooled down. Let's talk. But just you letting him know, even if he's still worked up right in this moment, and you just text him or reach out in whatever mode of communication you feel like reaching out, and just letting him know, hey, love you. I'm not going to let this break us, but I know you probably need some time because this is a card of patience, and just letting him know, hey, when you're ready to talk, I'm here. If you don't want to talk about it right now, that's cool too. Like, but I do see you guys having a heart to heart, and really getting down to whatever it was that started this, and maybe even the things beneath the surface that don't even feel directly connected, but are probably the reasons actually behind the altercation, if that makes sense. May not. But energetically speaking, Spirit's showing me it's like you thought the altercation is like the plant above the dirt. You thought, okay, here's the reason we got into a fight. The Spirit's showing me they're like spotlighting all the roots beneath it. So there's like underlying reasons or energies or situations or even people that have nothing to do with you or Ryan, on if it's something within you that was triggered from your past or something with him that was triggered from his past. It's like those wounds were being prodded, and then the thing that was taking place is what, caused the altercation, I guess we could call it. But the Queen of Pentacles is just, this is that nurturing energy, taking care of yourself, not beating yourself up, not beating, him beating himself up. I'm sure both of you have done a fair enough amount of that, especially if either of you felt you were wrong for saying certain things or, bringing certain things up or doing certain things. But Spirit's really showing me this needed to happen because you're I guess the level, it's almost like you guys defeated the level. Now you're on another level of the relationship, new beginning vibes, to plant that new seed, to have those new roots. We can examine it a later altercation kind of vibe. No. But let's just tune in also, just get some words of advice surrounding this. And then I want to tune into, before we leave your reading, any prospects for moving and being able to have a more not temporary, more permanent home situation. But yes, work through your feelings. This was me just getting some advice or wisdom on the altercation between you and Ryan. And I think he just needs a little, again, patience. He needs a little time to work through his feelings. I think you do maybe too, but like, I think you're more ready to move on than he is, if that makes sense. So just give him that time and space he needs, but also communicating and letting him know, hey, I'm here when you're ready. That'll mean the world to him, even if he doesn't come right out and say it right away. But let's tune into this moving energy. I'm going to put all these back staggered in. Just see also time frame, timelines, any words of advice, wisdom for Sandy on this move. For her next permanent residence, Sandy moving, being able to have a permanent residence. Please, Spirit, any words of advice, wisdom, guidance. Yeah, you're feeling cheated right now. This is the deception card. And just even, you may have even thought that, hey, if we weren't in this housing situation, that wouldn't have happened with me and Ryan. And you're probably right. It was this kind of precarious home situation that brought certain things to the surface. It's not the cause of it per se, but it's definitely, throwing some gasoline on a fire that was already kind of brewing. And again, I think the root of the altercation for both of you isn't each other. It's maybe even something from a past life that you guys had together that you're now resolving. And that World card coming out the first time. Yeah, you moving and in this current living situation and the altercation you had with Ryan, it's all connected because look, but I'm asking about the housing situation. Yes, you're feeling, like this is unfair. How could this happen? We were cheated. This wouldn't happen if we weren't in the situation. And you have every right to feel that way, but you're getting clarity. You're all getting cool heads. The fires are being dimmed on the anger and the sadness. It's coming full circle. And then we have victory here. So after the battle is won, the thing that comes before this is a battle. And we had the 5 of Wands in just asking about what transpired between the two of you. But this comes right after. So you have this natural victory, and I'm getting chills. So literally asking Ryan's higher self and your higher self to come through and let cooler heads prevail and move this relationship to a good place moving forward. And also asking your guides, to say, please help. A lot of times, even when I'm in the thick of whatever it is I go through, whenever I do, because I'm human too, a lot of times I forget to ask spirit for help. I'm just thinking I'm like this little island of a person down here by myself that I can't ask for help. I need to remind myself at times a lot of that I can ask for help. And when I do, it's almost like instantly or within 24 hours, I see clear evidence that help has come in. And then these cards fell off as well. This card specifically, Ten of Pentacles. This is creating a home, a stable home life, long-term homing situation. You're going to find it. You're going to have victory in overcoming your current obstacle with this housing situation to find. I mean, this is amazing, amazing energy for finding a new home right here. Let's see if we can get a timeline. Of course, grain of salt with these timelines. We take these with a grain of salt because actions we take or don't take, moves we make or don't make, will determine these timelines being, it's like a rubber band. So let's just see. Best case scenario, when are we seeing? Okay, so March, that's a long ways away. I see this being more the long-term area of the reading for you, or the timeline, I should say. So February to March. Ooh, that is so far out. That is so far out. Spirit, why? You're getting victory though, and it's going to be worth the wait if it is that long, but why? Is it really going to be that long, Spirit? Why? I was just waiting for August, October, something semi-close to now. Not that October's that close, but the Fool. Okay. So Spirit's really saying there are multiple timelines available. And this is, I guess, best case scenario for the current timeline you're on. And literally, Sandy, I think I do have your email. You can do like quantum timeline jumping meditation. It's something you do for like 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute meditation. You can do it every day if you really want to try to get in there and get things going. Or just whenever you think about it and just do the 10-minute meditation. But you basically go through the motions in the meditation of picturing yourself on what you want to have happen, and then quantum jumping, being able to jump onto that timeline. And even just asking Spirit for your highest timeline, to put you on your highest timeline, or to put you on the path of your highest timeline. And sometimes, though, that's the thing, because I always leave that open to my higher self. Put me on my highest timeline. Our highest timeline doesn't always mean the most comfortable and the most fun and the most easy. And in fact, a lot of times it means the long road or the detour around to what we actually want. And then a lot of times when we get close to what we thought we wanted, we realize, yeah, that's not really what I wanted anyway. So yeah, I would say just keep an open mind for different housing situations that come up. But it may be as far out as this, which I'm hoping this isn't the case for you. But this is just letting you know you can choose a different timeline and completely disregard this timeline and get to something sooner. But it's about being proactive with being on the lookout and finding something in your price range and all these things. Doesn't feel complete. I just want one more on just the housing situation for Sandy, especially if it's going to be a minute. Let's just get some words of advice or wisdom for Sandy. Yeah, we have community. So really lean on your community, or maybe even looking outside of the current community that you live in or wish you would live in again, or just slightly out of that community, because it might be like the town might be a different name. Like I still see you being in the same state, but like maybe you kind of expand your search to slightly outside of like just the specific town name that you're in right now, expanding that community out. And looking just slightly outside the community, I think you might find something at a price range you're happy to pay that fits your needs, and it's a good place, and all of this. So I hope that resonated. we don't always want to hear, oh, maybe you have to live in a town you don't want to, didn't cross your awareness, or maybe it's going to take you longer than you wished. But, as much as I wished everything was perfect, I can't sugarcoat my readings. But again, you can jump to a timeline where things are shifting and changing quicker. But, that does take some work and that effort, meditating every day and really focusing in, setting those intentions, all the things I'm always talking about. But you got this. And the reading we got asking specifically about your housing situation is amazing. So it just might take a minute. But yeah, I think this is all connected with what you got going on with Ryan. And again, I do see you guys overcoming this and being stronger than ever eventually, but just give him some time and space and reach out and communicate. Just let him know you're there, which I'm sure he knows that, but just hearing you say it, or you texting it to him or whatever, that'll mean a lot to him. So yeah, love you, Sandy. You got this, girl. You're gonna get through it. Pretty princess. This too shall pass. That's what I just heard. So yes, it sucks. This is not fun energy to be in, but try to pick out the pieces of this situation that are actually kind of fun or cool. Like maybe, hanging out with Kent, like that's fun. Like maybe you haven't hung out with that much in years, right? Just find the little gems hidden within this giant dog pile of poop right now that you feel like you're in. There's some hidden gems in there that you can wash off and spruce up, and it's going to be okay. Again, if we don't laugh, we're going to cry, right? So big hugs to you, Sandy. And again, I'm really praying that the situation with Ryan comes to a really positive outcome and that you get into your more ideal housing situation sooner than later. Hopefully, definitely by your birthday. We don't want to have to wait till February or March. That's not fun. So hopefully we all have fingers, toes, and legs crossed for you, Sandy. Big hugs, big hugs. Okay, so that was my last donation of people who are actually here. So I'm going to go ahead and write down my timestamps for the ones who are not here. And I'm going to hope to remember to actually post these in a comment, because I haven't done that the last couple times, and then they find their own reading somehow, and then I feel bad. Okay, so Earthy Deva. I love that name. Okay, so 2 hours, 1 minute, 30 seconds. 01:30. Okay, I will timestamp Earthy Deva there. Piggy's out my door barking right now. Big whoop. Okay, so Earthy Deva, she actually donated for like the week that I was gonna go live. I had a huge migraine and I can't even remember what else was going on, so I didn't actually go live that day. And she sent a donation that day, so we're catching up. We're catching up back then. And where was that email? Okay, so Anna's question, Earthy Davis question. I hope you're having your live today. And I wasn't, but now I am. Here we are. I'd like to receive a message on how to be more confident in my beauty and myself. Thank you. What a cool question. See, I love that. Let's tune in for Anna. Let me read that one more time so I got it right. How to be more confident in my beauty and myself. Okay. So let's tune into Anna's energy. How can she be more confident in her beauty and herself? All right. So we have here 2 of Cups. So they're kind of giving me this vibe of you are your own soulmate. So really playing up like the features, because we all have, no matter how much we don't think we look good or this or that, there's got to be one quality or one feature about ourselves that we do like, or at least doesn't bother us that much, right? And really start to focus on that. That's what Spirit's showing me. Like with this be your own soulmate kind of vibe is really focus. Like if you love your eyes, really focus in on those eyes. I mean, focus, no pun intended with eyes. Really focus in on that. Really play them up. If you like to get into makeup and that, try and do makeup looks with your eyes. If you like your butt, there's certainly like your butt. Wear clothes that enhance your butt or whatever it is. Let's get some additional guidance for Anna. I love this question. This is fun. Spirit's bringing it. They're getting spicy. And we have here 2 of Pentacles. Very interesting. 2 twos. And this is about finding the balance, clearing the confusion away as well. And with this Two of Pentacles, this is maybe one day you feel really good and really confident, and the next day you're like, how could I have ever thought I was pretty in my whole life? I'm just not pretty. But you are. That's the thing, is just finding the balance of, when you're not feeling good about yourself and when you are, because literally you are the same person in both instances. And finding those things that you can really enjoy about yourself or really like about yourself. And it doesn't all have to be physical, because beauty could be inner beauty, and things about yourself that you really enjoy. Like maybe you love your sense of humor, or like how quick you are to like have a comeback, something funny when someone says something and you're like, oh, that's what she said, or I don't know, coming up with a really quick one liner. This year's really highlighting that you're really good at that, or you really could be good at that if you just kind of practiced it a little bit. Something like this. Yeah, you have a lot of really good personality traits that anyone would love in a friend or a romantic partner. And because that's the thing is, with going back to that message of being your own soulmate, you're the one person on this planet you cannot escape, right? Even if, someone commits suicide or something like this, everywhere you go, there you are. You take your own life, well, you're still with yourself on the other side as well. So it's like, you cannot escape yourself. That is the one person or relationship you cannot escape, is the one with yourself. So you may as well play up the parts of yourself you really enjoy, because that is going to be what bridges the gap or finds that balance between the parts of yourself that you don't really like, or that you want to change or shift in some way. Well, let's just tune into that question more. Ooh, yes, the beauty queen herself, the Empress. Look at that. Yeah, this is just about loving your femininity, your feminine qualities, because this is not just about your appearance. And if you do want children in the future, maybe there's something about the pregnant woman's body like that you think is just so beautiful, or that when you are pregnant in the future, if that's something you want to do, you're gonna feel more beautiful than you've ever felt when that time arrives, if that's something you want in your life. So that's going to be something to look forward to if that is something you want. But at the very least, this is even looking to the Taurus part of your chart, wherever Taurus rules in your chart, and also where your Venus is placed in your chart, and also where Venus is transiting in your chart. These are great indicators of where you can really put emphasis, especially the Venus transit, because like say Venus is transiting your 7th house, that's a really great time to attract a partner. Or if Venus is transiting your 1st house, that's a time you want to like change your look and update your look, maybe cut your hair, get your nails did, something like this. Keeping track of that Venus transit. Venus transits your 2nd house, your voice is very beautiful, and maybe even something about singing. I don't know if you specifically enjoy singing, Anna, but just singing along to the radio, or if it's something you really are passionate about singing, really lean into that even more, because it does make you feel more attractive, not just for other people, but like to yourself. Like you're like, wow, I actually am a really good singer, something like this. And just playing up those qualities, like, if you are talented, if you're an artist in some way, if you create things, that could be a part of your beauty, is just, all of our creative endeavors are extensions of us. And a lot of times when we especially share those with other people, we can be very self-conscious of our writing or our singing or our art. Oh, that's terrible. Don't look at that. Oh, I'm a terrible singer. Don't listen to me. It's like, no, you're beautiful. You're great. Like that's the vibe I'm getting, is you are the harshest judge of yourself than anyone else out there. So if you can just kind of, those things that you don't really like about yourself, or that aren't, you're not that excited about yourself, really amplify and, applaud and play up those features about yourself, your looks, your personality that you really love. And as you do that, you focus on those things, you're going to feel more beautiful and, really feeling yourself in those other areas where maybe you felt you were lacking. Oh, it resonates with you. I love that, Ethan. Hey, you're here. Your consciousness is here right now. So there might be a message in this reading for you as well. All right, let's get another one of these tarot cards. And then I'm actually going to go to the Rose Oracle. To me, it's a big beauty deck. So we're going to go to that one to get another message. But yeah, 5 of Swords. You might have had many ups and downs through your life, especially your teenage years. I'm not sure how old you are, but like they're showing me like as far as your lifetime goes, like your teenage years, even into your early 30s, you're gonna have some struggles, like mental health struggles with the way you look or the way you feel in your body, or just feeling like you're the person that you want to be. It's like deep down you have this amazing potential, but it's sometimes difficult, Anna, for you to pull that forward or really present that. And that's the thing, though. You think, oh, I'm not presenting myself as my authentic self, or I'm not really bringing forward my potential. But really, you are. It's just you're so close to it, sometimes you can't see it. But other people might compliment you on your talents, your beauty, things about you that you're like, ew, I don't have that great of whatever. But they're like, no, your whatever is amazing. And you're just like, I don't get it. I don't know. They see it, but you don't. But yeah, you're shifting this as you get into your like early 30s, later 30s, 40s, 50s, like beyond, basically beyond the age of 30, you're really going to own that feminine beauty and, those just more authentic qualities of who you are. You're going to own those and just really, just not really care as much what other people think and not even care as much what you think. You're just going to be accepting of yourself a lot more than you have been. But let me grab this other deck over here, the Rose Oracle. Any words of advice or wisdom for Anna in regards to her beauty and just things about herself, her personality, anything else? Rose without thorns. You have a right to your joy, sweetness of life. Yes. And a lot of times when you're, feeling really bad about your looks or your appearance or just what's going on, maybe even if your weight fluctuates and it's, you lose a couple of pounds and then you feel really good. And then, you gain that weight a little bit and then you're like, oh, I got to lose that 5 pounds or that 10 pounds. And then you get back down, kind of back and forth, because there's kind of a balance between like one size, like maybe you even have multiple sizes of clothing in your closet in case, you go back up or you come back down. But you are finding that balance. You're finding that sweet spot. Not to say that your, weight or the way you feel about how you look and how you feel isn't going to fluctuate, because life is not one just giant constant. It is always ebbing and flowing or fluctuating in some way. But it's just more the way you feel about these fluctuations or these imbalances in life that help bring them back into balance for yourself. So let's get one more for Anna, and then we're going to close out and move on to Vicky's question. And she had a 1 card. Woo. Okay. And we have Sub Rosa, hidden in plain sight, mysteries, learning, and teaching. So what I'm really gathering from this is the more you really get into your spirituality and, that more mother, because we have like the maiden, the mother, and the crone energies as far as like the feminine energy. And the mother is the empress. And they're showing me, going from that maiden to that mother energy. So if you do want a family, if you do want children, or if, even I would say that mother energy is kind of even like past the age of 30. If you don't have children, is kind of the vibe I get with that. Is you just being able to tune into this energy and you feeling really connected to your spirituality is going to enhance that, beauty and that just how you feel, how you look, and your personality. You're just going to feel more in alignment with your true nature, your like high priestess energy. It's like, a union of the high priestess and the empress, which is a very beautiful divine feminine energy all around. So the more you tune into your spiritual practice and, who you are on a more soul level, the more you're going to accept your beauty and really see your beauty for what it truly is, and not have that kind of more ego, like, oh, I'm not as pretty as so-and-so, or I'm not as whatever as so-and-so, and, comparativitis that we all have as women. I think a lot of us do. No, maybe not everybody, but I know I have in the past. And even present. I mean, there are times I'm like, oh, I wish my butt was as tight as hers, or I wish this, or I wish that. It happens. We're all human, and we all have these thoughts and ideas. But the more you come into alignment with knowing that your unique set of skills and talents and beauty just is needed on this earth, and we don't need another Kim Kardashian replica or a whoever else replica. We just need a true and authentic one version of you, Anna, you. And you're going to really tune into that and embody that more and more and more as you, come into your own and really gain that wisdom and that spiritual, like essence to yourself. Yes, queen. What a beautiful reading, Anna. Thanks again for your donation. Sorry it took me so long to get back online, but divine timing is always at play. So the message that came through today, I think, is exactly what you needed to hear. That's beautiful. Well, I'm so glad, Ethan. I'm so glad that resonated with you. That's amazing. Oh, what an amazing gift that reading is just to know that you really are, blooming or blossoming into your own unique sense of beauty and this, this unique shade of beauty that this world needs, that is just Anna and just Ethan as well. I love it. It's beautiful. All right, I am going to write down Vicky's question for her one card / shorter reading. Vicky, and we are at 2 hours, 14 minutes, and 30 seconds ish. All right, Vicky, I'm going to go to your email. Okay, we are back here. Nope, right here. Okay. Hi, Amanda. Is there anything Spirit would like me to know right now? Thank you. Yes, let's tune in. For Vicky, anything Spirit wants Vicky to know right now, please, Spirit. I'm getting a really big rush of excitement. I don't know if it's just coming off the heels of Anna's really awesome reading we just had or what, but wow, yes, new beginning. Like this excited energy of starting something new or wanting to even learn something new, something that you can grow upon, like a new skill, a new talent, just going maybe even a new direction in life or wanting to move somewhere new, just set down roots somewhere new, something like this. Let's get another card to really tune into this energy for Vicky, please, Spirit. Yeah, King of Swords. It's like you're getting that clarity to go in a new direction where you can speak your truth and be a more authentic version of yourself. But this is you kind of coming into your own and learning new talents. Not that they're new, it's just maybe talents that you used to have that you just kind of didn't really, like maybe drawing. They're like showing me drawing. Like drawing something. I don't know if that's something you really used to enjoy or you wished you were better at as a child, and now you're an adult and you have maybe some time. They're showing me like learning like on tutorials about drawing or something creative or something fun. It could even be like those adult coloring books. It doesn't have to be like you're actually drawing the thing, but maybe you're coloring them in. Something to relax you, but also feels creative and fun at the same time. That you're expressing your creativity. I see creativity. And my hands are getting really hot. Specifically, my right hand is getting, like my palms are getting really hot. And even like on hot days, my hands are normally really cold. I don't know what's going on, but a lot of times this indicates like a healing energy. So sometimes Spirit will send healing energy through me to you, but also this can indicate like sometimes I can't remember what it's called, where like my body can feel what your energy is going through. So maybe you're getting a lot of healing coming through, that your healing chakras are really activated right now as well. That's another message coming through. And maybe you're learning about healing. So maybe you're looking up things about, energy healing. Very interesting. You just never know what turn these readings are going to take. Yeah, and then we have 9 of Swords here. So there might have been some recent anxiety, stress, insomnia, sleepless nights, nightmares, just having dreams about things that are like, oh my God, what's going on? But there's a lot you're purging and processing, and with that energy coming in with the hands, you're healing something so that you can step into this new beginning, this new hobby, this new exciting learning endeavor. Yes, it's also resonating for Ethan. I love it. All right. Yeah, Page of Cups. I mean, look at this page energy. New beginning, new beginning, new beginning. Absolutely. But you're having this kind of more mature energy of the King of Swords. So whatever new things you're learning, and this is the creative page right here coming in hot. But this also could be some good news. Maybe you're hearing back something about something with your work or something. This is news you're wanting. This is exciting news coming in. Could also be new love, quite possibly with this combination. There's a new direction you're going in life. Let's just pull a card. Let's grab one from the Rose Oracle before we close out. What direction is this taking her? Returning to each other, the compassion and humanity card, but this is the Mother Rose. So this is indicating Spirit coming in, your mother coming into, and that could even be her, like giving you fun little surprises. This could be signs or symbols or synchronicities, specifically tied to something that she associates with your childhood, because she was there for your childhood, obviously, and so are you. So there might be even like you hear about something from when you were a child, and it like takes you on this like memory lane, like, oh, like maybe a toy you used to have. And it's funny because Spirit's showing me, I talked about at the very beginning of this live stream, about sea monkeys. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but like I think they were kind of an international sensation in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I don't know if it's so much a thing now, but I know you can still order them because I did recently, and I'm a sea monkey parent once again. They're basically brine shrimp that you raise and see how many years or weeks or months you can keep them alive. So I don't know, maybe there's something from your childhood, like that's like a nostalgia thing that your mom is coming forward to show you, like just to let you know she's with you and she's surprising you in fun little ways. And maybe even thinking back, Vicky, like before this reading, something that crossed your awareness about your childhood recently, that was a message from your mom. I just want to get one more. I know it's a one card read, but I just want to get one more. And then we have held, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support, and community. And that really does go with that Mother Rose. Like that's unseen help. This is unseen. This is spirit help. This is exciting and fun and beautiful, interest and really interesting stuff coming forward. But you're very supported and guided in these new endeavors, possible new love coming into your life between now and like they're showing me between now and November of 2023. There's something going on in your love life. I know that's a very long time frame, but you know, Spirit in their weird time frames, that's what we get. All right, Vicky, I hope that resonated. Quite interesting that you mentioned coloring. I am painting right now. Oh, that's beautiful, Amber. I love that. Oh, how fun. You guys are fun. I just don't want to go, but the time has come. We have run out of donations, and I've been live 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 49 seconds. So I think I'm going to go see if any of my kids are still awake. Oh, hey! Get to luck if you want to donate for reading. I can hang out for another minute. I was just closing out, but I can hang out for another minute or two. I was going to say, I want to see if either of my kids are still awake. My husband probably put them to bed, but I'll just go say goodnight to them. But I could be here forever too. That's the problem, is I always just kind of hang out at the end and never want to leave. You want to donate? Feel free. We'll hang out a little longer. Sounds good to me. I always say, okay, I think I'm going to leave. And then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, okay, guys, I think I'm going to leave. And I'm still here. But yeah, I mean, if I wasn't obviously having to be present and pull cards, this would be something I could do like while I'm walking around my house or doing my dishes or folding my laundry or something. So like if I was on the other end of the live stream, because I'll watch other people's live streams and I'll just like get a bunch of stuff done around my house while I watch and kind of listen into the live stream. It's fun. It's fun for me. That's awesome. I was wondering if you would be able to attend. Yes. 1 minute coming back. Perfect. Well, we'll be here when you get back. I'm going to take a drink of water. Yep, I could be here forever too. And Piggy Woof is barking. Hope he's not disturbing everybody. He's out in the hallway here. But my husband is on dog and child duty right now, so I'm off the clock at least until my readings are over tonight. All right. But yeah, sea monkeys. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Have you ever heard of that? They're downstairs, or I would show you. They are very tiny, but they're fun. They're fun to watch. That self-love reading, though, it really did hit me, especially since I'm trying my best to love myself. Oh, I love that, Ethan. That's beautiful. Wish I could share my painting in the making. Oh, that would be fun. I know. I wish it was more like Zoom, where we could like have other people come on screen and like show things. Oh, that would be so much more fun than just me talking. More interactive kind of live stream. I think that would be cool. Don't get me wrong. I like the chat feature as well, but it would be cool if someone wanted like to come on. Like that's why I like that YouNow platform. I wasn't there that long because I don't know. It was kind of, there were things I loved about it, but things I didn't love about it. Like it wouldn't save the stream that you just did. It would be gone once you were offline, which I like to save things in case people want to go back and look at their readings a year from now or 2 weeks from now or whatever. But the cool thing about that platform was you could have someone come on and either voice ask their question, or if they want to be on video, they could ask their question, and we could interact like almost like a Zoom call. And then when their turn was over, they could go off and I could have someone else come on. But again, it didn't save the live stream. And I don't know, there was a lot of more, I guess, I'm not judging people, but like just a lot of people were on there drinking and smoking weed, and like that's just not my vibe at all. So that's what most of the big creators or channels over there would do. Just sit there and listen to music and do that and talk about drama. And I don't know. I'm not about that life so much. But yeah, I could see it being really fun if it was like the soul family vibe. I love that. Okay, so Get to Leka has donated and she is back. What is coming up in all aspects of my life this Leo season for 1 month? All right, let's tune in for Get to Leka. What's going on for Get to Leka? Leo season for this 1 month. Ooh, look at all of that. And it fell. Okay. What do we got here? Ooh. Okay. So you're overcoming some difficulty. And again, I'm really seeing this as like work related. If this isn't like outright fighting with people, this just might be feeling taken advantage of, or like other people just aren't pulling their weight or doing what they should do. But there are some major shifts happening very soon. And, you know, there's that fire energy that Leo season brings. So in 1 month, you're going to feel very confident about a new direction going on at work, or even like in your like personal life. There's a new direction coming in where you're feeling more, you're fun, and you're more energetic, and you're excited about the work you're doing, or, you know, what you're doing in your personal life. But then we have the Ace of Cups. So this is like self-love. This is possible new love, if that's something on your radar, or just feeling this renewed passion for life and loving life and feeling emotionally invested in the life you're creating. And then with the 10 of Cups, this is a lot of emotional fulfillment, a lot of passion and desire for, you know, just whatever it is you're manifesting, but also a lot of emotional fulfillment going on this month. A lot of it. You're just going to feel, you know, you might just catch yourself sighing and just like, ah, life is actually really good. I really like this. And I think this is more when you're not at work than when you are at work. But I do see things shifting at work where I don't know if there's some sort of new project or just new way of showing up at work or in a project or working with certain people. Oh, you bought 8 birds as pets. So happy. That is so cute. Yeah. This is like a family vibe, like emotional connection to your family. And those birds literally are part of your family now. So that makes a lot of sense that you have this new beginning with these birds. So that's really cool. And you're really passionate about, you know, giving them the best care and watching them and having fun with them. That's so cool. Just joined a new project 1 week ago. Well, there you go. You're right on time. You're charging right into Leo season like, yes. All right, let's see. Let's get some advice, wisdom, guidance, clarity about Leo season for Get to Leka, right? Please, Spirit. And we have Shine. There's that new moon in Leo that's happening tomorrow for Western astrology. And the new moon in Leo for Vedic astrology will be happening the next new moon, so like a month from now. So whatever resonates for you as far as, you know, what astrology you follow. But yeah, this is just about you knowing your power, knowing your worth, and moving forward very confidently in your ability, in your skills, in your, you know, emotional fulfillment, and just enjoying life, enjoying the little things and the big things and everything in between. Let's see, any other words of advice or wisdom? But yeah, just owning that talent and the skill that you have, specifically when you're at work, and just feeling really happy and not trying to dim that if other people aren't feeling so great. You know, because it's like when someone's in a bad mood and then someone in a really good mood walks in, like, what are they so happy about? It's like, you're not dimming your light for anything during this Leo season. You're just feeling a lot more, I guess, rejuvenated, just really excited to do things and experience life, which is always a good thing. Happiness is always a good thing. And look at this. I love this. Is step into your power with the first quarter moon in Aries. So there's a lot of fire energy going on around you. And in Vedic astrology, that big conjunction with Uranus and Rahu, or North Node, and Mars is going on in Vedic Aries and Western Taurus. But yeah, lots of fiery energy. But this to me, it's like this fiery energy is affecting you, get to like it in a really good and positive way, where you're just feeling this renewed sense of passion and direction in your life, and feeling like what you're doing has a purpose and like it matters in some way, where maybe certain projects you're doing at work or things you're involved in specifically at your career that just feel like, well, I'm doing this and I have the skill to make this thing happen, but I'm not that passionate about it, but like I'm getting paid for it. So, but it's like this passion for your work and this project you're doing, and maybe even certain coworkers, you're finding this new spark or passion. Um, yeah, not throwing temper tantrums. Yeah, I don't see that being your energy at all. Maybe other people, sure, but not you. Because look, you're humble and you're going to continue to be humble. And this is the first quarter moon in Leo. Lots of fire energy. Aries, Leo, and the Knight of Wands. This is all fire here. All fire, but not in like a temper type of way. This is fire in a more passion way for you this Leo season. Not to say you won't get angry, because we can get angry. Someone cuts us off in traffic, or something doesn't go our way. We can get angry, and it's okay to honor anger just as much as we honor our happiness. But it's just the way that we deal with said anger that really shows our true character. But I see you dealing with any anger that would arise in a very good way. You're dealing with it in a healthy way. But I don't see a lot of anger here at all. I just see passion and purpose and feeling emotionally content for the most part, at home and even at work. Like there's this renewed, it's almost like there are certain days at work where you're like, man, it's only 2 o'clock or whatever, and I got this many more hours here. Oh, how am I going to get through the day? But I see with this new project or just something you're working on at work, where you look at the clock, you're like, oh my gosh, it's already time to leave. Like I could keep going and going and going. But it's good to balance, all that. Oh, I could keep going and going with actually taking time to enjoy life rather than just working all the time and all this. But I think you're finding a better work-life balance than maybe you had been during that last project or the one before that even. Yeah, so they are asking us WFO after 2.5 years. Oh, okay. I'm not sure what WFO is. What is that? Very interesting. Is this good or bad? I don't know. I want to actually try one from this deck now as well. Any words of advice, wisdom, guidance from spirit? Oh, work from office. Gotcha. Wow. Okay. So that means, does that mean you have to go into the office instead of like working from home? Is that how that works then? Interesting. Okay. Any words, wisdom, guidance, clarity, leadership? Yes, yes. There's that leadership. And we had all that Aries energy that I already put back in that other deck. But yeah, this is you just stepping into that leadership and just leading with this sense of passion and going forward as someone who's very competent and very confident in your skills and your ability. Yeah, returning back to office feels so weird. Yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, and I do see that shift. It feels weird at first, but you're really going to gain momentum. Yep, project manager. I can totally see that with this leadership card. Yeah, and you're a very competent and confident leader, and that's really going to help make this project go really well. So yes, I feel like there's one more card. Let's try this deck. Anything else Getaleka needs to know for Leo season, please, Spirit? Hello, Jamie Wilson. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Anything Getaleka needs to know, please. Ooh, we got two. So we have the Rose of Venus, alignment, flow, right relationship, and harmony. And that exactly what we got going on here. And then there's the flow right there. Yes, all of that. And then we also have open, say yes, expand through the extremes, and trust life. And that really is you saying yes to yourself, saying yes to your self-love, self-care, and just being here for more than just, going through the motions of life. You're enjoying life and feeling very emotionally fulfilled in what you've got going on in life during Leo season. So this is going to be a really passionate and productive month for you. And yeah, you're just going to be feeling really good. So this Leo season is going to be, not probably without its challenges. And, there's always ups and downs even throughout one day. But I think for the most part, you're going to look back on Leo season like, wow, that was such a great time. I felt so good, emotionally invested in the people and the work and everything I've got going on and my new birds. And that's beautiful. So yeah, I would say this is very fun energy, and yeah, you're feeling a lot of emotional fulfillment during Leo season. So that's amazing. Amazing. No red flags really coming up here. It's just that kind of weirdness of being back in the office that we kind of, people are, people are people. Ah. All right, and we got the Knight of Cups. Yeah, there's more emotional fulfillment, moving toward the direction that really brings you that emotional fulfillment. So yeah, and I feel like I'm talking really fast. Am I talking really fast? Hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. I'm talking so fast. And then to top it off, we got Leo on the back of the deck. So yeah, just really embodying your higher wisdom, your higher self, and bringing forward that amazing, compassionate leadership that you exude to the workplace and to your personal life as well. I hope you're well too. Thank you. My baby is 2 months old now. Aw. Advice you gave me when he was born was much needed. So thank you for that. Aw, that's awesome. Time is flying. I can't believe he's already 2 months old. I bet he's just adorable. I love babies so much. so much. Thank you so much, Amanda. It was so nice talking with you. Thank you so much for staying back for my reading. Oh, absolutely. I would not have been able to do it without you. So much fun. Yeah, I always just need a good excuse to stay longer. That's just what I love it. I just missed you guys so much. I missed, sorry, the sun's kind of peeking down behind the cloud there. It's not going down for probably another hour and a half, but it's out. Yeah, it can sometimes be, I won't say it's like light out, but like kind of that twilight time, even at like 11 p.m. here where I'm at. Well, this late in the summer, it's probably closer to about 10:40 or so, but yeah. I can't believe those places, like they have like the midnight sun, like in Sweden and those really northern places where the sun just never quite goes down. It's just out for months. Yeah, 11 is late. Yeah, that kind of happens in the north. Not, I won't even say 11 here, but like in my hometown, it's about 4 hours north of where I am. As a kid in the summer, and it was, I won't say it was like sunlight, but it was like kind of that blue light of twilight time at like 10:40 to like 11 p.m. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what it is. Like it's funny because when Jessie, she comes to the live stream sometimes. You guys might know Jessie, but when she moved here for a couple months, she's just like, I couldn't believe it was still light out at like 9 o'clock, 9:30. Like, yeah, 7:35 and about to go down. That is so weird. I don't know. That is so weird to me. Yeah, summers, like, I like to try to, especially in the summer with the kids doing camp pretty early in the morning, but like, it's like 10:30 and I'm like, can the sun just, I mean, the sun is down past the mountain, but it's still light enough outside that I can't just shut down and close my eyes for the night. It's weird. But yeah, that's the thing. I keep missing all these amazing stars because I want to go to bed earlier than when the stars are out. I haven't had one night this whole summer yet where I just sat outside in the stars because it's just, I don't stay up that late this summer apparently. Oh yeah, the sun used to be up till very late in Denmark. Yeah, Denmark, Sweden, a lot of places in Russia, those really northern places, even like in parts of Alaska and stuff. And sometimes, like where I live, I can sometimes see the northern lights, but it's a pretty rare treat compared to someone, say, in Sweden or Denmark or Alaska. They get a lot more northern lights than what we get. But yeah, I've only seen with my eyes the northern lights maybe just a handful of times. And it was more on the green spectrum rather than the like purpley spectrum. But like, I think someday I want to go up north when I could really see the spectacular show of the northern lights. Because I've just seen, I mean, we can see them, I can see them a lot, especially when I'm in my hometown in the summer, like at like 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Like I used to stay out and hang out with my friends at the bonfire. They would drink, I wouldn't. And I just hang out with them and just, you could see that the northern lights were doing something, but they weren't like real vibrant green, or, and I've never seen them purple where I live. But yeah, those like really vibrant green, I've only seen it like that maybe twice. Once for sure that I can be like, that was very vibrant and I was excited about it. And the other one, it was not as vibrant, but for the most part, you can kind of see it swirling, but it's not very saturated where I live, unless there's a lot of solar activity and you're in the right place at the right time. But I've only really seen a true majestic display of it once. And then that second time it could have been more majestic, but I was pretty happy about it. Yeah. And then the other times it's just been kind of, you can tell something's going on, but it's not very saturated. Yeah. But one day I will see them full glory. That's my goal. Now I'm jealous, right? I guess in the meantime, you can watch, her name is, I'll just type it out. She's amazing YouTuber. Yona Yinton, so the J's are silent. Yona Yinton, she lives in Sweden, like the north of Sweden, and she's got amazing, spectacular videos of the Northern Lights and the stars. And look up her ice music or the ice cracking. It is like otherworldly. The sounds of the ice cracking, and it's like whoop, 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 whoop. Like I can't even explain it. Go watch it. Go to her channel and just do a binge of all of her amazing content. She's amazing. See lots of Northern Lights. You can even type in Yona Yinton Northern Lights, and I'm sure something amazing will come up, and you can just live vicariously through her videos. That's what I have to do in the meantime. Oh, yes. Many videos, ice cracking, speaking with wolves. Yeah, her one where I think it's like something, if you type in like Yona Yinton cow, oh man, I can't remember. Maybe I can try it now because it's amazing. Just like her like singing, it's kind of got like a yodeling kind of voice with it. It's so pretty. But it's one of the very first videos I ever saw of hers, and I'm just like, subscribe, notifications click, let's see this content. Let's see, Yona Yinton cow calling. That's the video. Yeah. So it's called Kulning, Kulning, Swedish, ancient Swedish herding call. She's got a couple different ones of those. They're very beautiful. And then this one as well, I would highly recommend the Frozen Call. She's got a lot. She's got a lot of amazing. She's an artist. She's a painter. She's a photographer. She's a musician. She's a videographer. She does it all. One-stop shop for anything amazing and artistic. Yes, they are breathtaking. Absolutely. Yes, another part of the world, isn't it? It's just absolutely amazing. And a lot of what she sees, like I live in the mountains of Montana. We're in the northern part of the U.S. Not as far north as, say, Alaska. Couldn't think of it for a second. But, northern. And I grew up just 60 miles south of the Canadian border and about 35 miles east of the Idaho border. My little hometown of Libby's just tucked in that little corner there of Montana. Northwest, very, very northwest corner of Montana. That's where I grew up. And lots of snow and lots of ice and yeah. All right, I'm going to shut up now. You guys, I gave you something to move toward. So go to Yona Yinton and watch all the amazing content over there. And I love you guys. And I will definitely, as migraines bearing, dog's health bearing, barring me. What words am I? What are words? I don't even know. I don't know what see, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Health and everything assured, I will be back on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And hopefully once summer is over, I can pick back up to my 2 times a week live stream schedule. It's just difficult to do when the kids are home all day. And even by the time they're in bed and I could go live, I'm just ready for a break. So yeah, there's that. By the way, I know this is out of context. I did look up the spirit totem that we were talking about. It's what I needed right now. I will email the link that I looked up. That's amazing. I would love to hear all about that. That is so cool. Yeah, I knew there was a message in that for you, and I'm glad you looked into that. Yay! All right, you take care as well. Get to Lekka. Much love to you. Ethan, get to Lekka. Amber, everybody else, Jamie, who was just here, and everyone else we talked to tonight and read for and came to hang out with us and vibe with us. If you did miss the beginning, we had a collective reading for the new moon, which takes place tomorrow. And I did kind of a breakdown of the astrology also going on here in the near future, which is pretty exciting, maybe a little explosive, some earthquakes going on. Kind of touched on that at the beginning of the live stream. I think we started about the 6-minute mark for the reading. But yeah, I will check you guys next time. I love you. I have another pick a card reading coming for you at 8 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow morning. Forget to Leka, it's going to be later today. Coming for you, and it is a wish fulfillment pick a card. So what wishes, recognition, and blessings are coming for you? It's a really amazing, deep pick a card that I did this weekend, and it'll be up for you tomorrow. So yay. And I will check you guys next time. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see you once again right here back at Done Creative Live, also from my main channel. First thing linked in the description below. And my writing channel, I haven't uploaded there since earlier in, July. But I did kind of document my little 4th of July experience with the kids and the fireworks. And I had some fun playing with the silhouettes of them with the sunset and the mountains, and that was really fun. My writing channel, I can't remember if I have it linked in this video, but it is just this channel, Amanda Keeper Dunn, and it's kind of my vlogging channel, and I also document my writing over there if you guys are interested in the writing journey that I'm going on. Yeah, so you can check that out. And also my mom's house fire. I have a 3-part docu-series also on that same channel. So you can get to that channel through the link of my mom's house fire docu-series on this description of this video. If you want to get to the channel that way, you can do that as well. It's in a 3-part playlist of us going through the house fire, looking at all the emotions surrounding it, and then tearing the house down and just sometimes I'll go back and watch it and cry and everything. And we just actually passed the 3-year anniversary. It was July 14th of 2019. We just passed that 3-year anniversary for her house fire. So yeah, it's just on that same channel, Amber. So yeah, that's my writing journey. But I'll be back over there with an update probably this weekend. So if you're subscribed over there, there'll be a new video over there this weekend. Hopefully, if not this weekend, then by Monday probably. And my main channel, another pick card tomorrow, and then again on Monday. So I'm picking back up with my workflow, and I'm excited about it. I missed you guys for too long. So again, I already did all the outro stuff, so I'm gonna just say goodbye and shut my mouth and let you go. So talk to you guys later, and I'll check you later. Bye.